Cause it hits smack. Lot of that, feeling that. It's all that, so you asking for all that. I'm giving that. It's deep black. 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 It's deep black.
Yep. Finally. We're going to do it. We're finally going to do it. We've been avoiding it. We've been alluding to it. We've had so many podcasts that have zero to do with it, about it. We're finally going to do it. It's time. Can't avoid it no more. Can't put it off no more. It's fucking free agency time. It is time to talk about the fucking musical chairs that have gone on in this fucking league and all the crazy seat positions that have changed. And who else better to talk about it with but these idiots. How you guys doing?
Wow. Idiots, huh?
I prefer being called a retard.
Oh, okay.
With some brain.
Remember, we got to be careful with that word these days.
That's
Don't
retarded.
worry. Rumble's got us.
Live on Rumble. We say what we want. And on
Rumble's
the
Do
got
that
us,
when I'm
bro.
drinking a soda.
Anyway, so we have a lot to cover, guys. We have an insane list of fucking free agency moves. So I'm going to pre-head this by saying here's the schedule for the show. We're going to go over free agency today. It's going to take a little while to get through that. At the back end of the show, we're going to do the UFA flashback of the Harbaugh Bowl. So that's something to look forward to. But before the Harbaugh Bowl, let's get with this list. So Brendan, how you want to do? You want to do this by team or by?
Yeah, I figured I got the list pulled up here, and we'll kind of go by team. I'll do a rundown of what they did, and we can shit on them, pass all together. But more importantly, in other sports news today, your FAU Owls are the 8th seed in the NCAA tournament as of an hour ago, and University of Miami is not going to the tournament. So, congrats, everybody. Just want to throw that out there.
God damn it, Hurricanes. The fuck, bro.
It's a good
Hurricanes.
day. Good day to not be a hurricane.
It's all right though. The Heat made that last second 3-pointer. What I don't know what Bam's doing shooting 3-pointers, but I love it.
From like almost a logo. Yeah, it made no sense. I'll take it.
What team was that? What team were they playing against?
Oh, they were playing the Pistons. They almost.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it would have been sad. It would have been sad if they lost. But they did.
Yo, they already lost to the Pistons once this year, too.
Yep. And they did it by blowing like a 22-point lead. If I remember.
He said, "Oh, come on." Sorry, Detroit fans, but your team sucks. What's up, Brandon? How you doing, buddy?
What's up, boys?
You finally made it. You're finally back. Just in time to argue about fucking free agency moves. All right. So, do we have anything else in the sports world?
That's kind of about it going on right now. Oh, also to go check out the highlight of Kyrie Irving's buzzer beater against Denver. He won the game on a hook shot with 1 second left over Jokic, and it was fucking awesome.
Over Jokic? What?
Yeah.
What? No, I'm definitely seeing that. What? I want to see that right now. Hold on. You go ahead. I'm going to see this.
Well, don't worry. We're going to go in alphabetical order, and this first team didn't do jack fucking shit. The Arizona Cardinals re-signed LJ Collier. They signed Sean Murphy-Bunting, Bilal Nichols, Justin Jones, Mac Wilson, DJ Dallas, Keith Ismail, Jonah Williams, DJ Humphreys. Some reason they traded for Desmond Ridder. Not sure why anyone would do that. And they signed wide receiver Chris Moore. So the Arizona Cardinals had a who the fuck is this guy free agency. Monkeys reacting to the hook shot.
Yeah, that shit's nuts! What the fuck? Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. That looks ridiculous. Anyway, I'm sorry. Continue. Desmond fucking Ritter?
Yeah, I don't know why you would do that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
He's a forever backup now to Kyler Murray. Yeah, don't worry, dude. Desmond, you're going to get a lot of time. Kyler takes breaks for Call of Duty. You just got to time it. You're going to see a lot of play time when a new Call of Duty comes out. Activision fucking likes to beat everybody over the head with a new fucking game every 6 months. So, I mean, you'll be all right. That's a good place for him.
Well, moving on.
I don't know who the fuck else these people are.
Yeah, moving on.
Congratulations on your backup position where you'll make a lot of money doing nothing anyway. So let's do Atlanta.
Yeah, this is a fun one. So they released Jonnu Smith, and then they re-signed Nate Landman. Of course, they signed Kirk Cousins. They also signed Darnell Mooney, Ray McLeod, and Rondale Moore. So I think easily the Atlanta Falcons improve more than any team in the NFL in free agency, and it's not even close.
I agree.
I mean, I think they got fleeced by Kirk Cousins, but
No,
Yeah, well, it was either-
Cousins amazing for them.
It was either get fleeced by Kirk Cousins or have Desmond Ritter throw balls into the dirt for another year. One or the other.
First
No,
off,
I don't think Kirk Cousins pleasing anybody. I mean, unless he gets injured again, but like.
First off, Kirk
man
Cousins, him and of himself, and I'll get to the rest of this list. Kirk Cousins, him and of himself, adds another 3 wins to whatever the fuck Atlanta's doing. Just that signing alone. How about though? Okay, so
His
before I
contract
make-
is pretty nice, though.
Before I make the obvious jokes about the whitest person in the NFL leaving Minnesota and going to Atlanta,
ATL.
the memes coming out of Atlanta next year, get ready for them. They're gonna be awesome. But we're finally gonna see something we haven't seen this whole fucking time. Kyle Pitts. Because fucking Kirk's going to throw to Kyle. Like, that's happening. Kirk loves tight ends. So, we're going to see Kyle Pitts. I think with this new coach they got in Atlanta, they got a new coordinator too, didn't they?
Yeah.
So this new coach and this new offensive coordinator is not going to look at Bijan the Freak Robinson and go, yeah, we don't need to use him. No, what we're going to see in Atlanta is what we should have seen like a year or two ago, like Kyle Pitts and Bijan Robinson making plays. Kirk Cousins being an old veteran quarterback is going to need that to happen, and he definitely, I know Kirk leans on the tight end. So this is fucking great for I'm with you on this.
I can also see him hitting London, though.
Yeah, no, London's getting a lot of love.
It's gonna be a lot of spaced out playing if it's done right.
it's not. Yeah, it's not that it's not going to be better than what they had, but I think
You're just gonna watch
I
them
think
coordinate the run to the pass a
market
little
is just
better.
so inflated on quarterbacks. I just don't like that contract.
I'll just wait till you see the Tua contract.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
80 million.
That's why I don't like it. That's what I don't like it because
You're like-
his agent could be like, listen,
90
this guy
million
just got
guaranteed.
180 million, 45. I think it's 45 a year, right?
Yeah, 4 years, 180 million.
Yeah, 90 million guaranteed with a 50 million.
Tua's agent's
signing
gonna
bonus.
say, all right, I want 50. We want 50.
Tua's getting 50, and you better hope for that
Oh my
because
God.
if he gets any more, it's going to be worse.
Want him to
And
give
there's
us
also an
a
additional
discount,
10
Tua. Come on, man, give us a discount. Give us something to work with.
Give us your
So the
average
full
discount.
the full contract for Cousins is 180
You know what?
million.
When we get to the Dolphins, we'll have a discussion about that because I do want to talk about that when we get to the Dolphins. But go ahead.
Yeah, so full contract on Cousins, $180 million for 4 years, $50 million signing bonus. $100 million guaranteed, including $90 million in 2024, 25, and another $10 million in 26.
Whoever Kirk Cousins' agent is, that needs to be everybody's agent.
And a few months ago, we were just talking about he would stay in Minnesota because he was looking for stability. Well,
No. No way.
There's the stability.
He was looking for money. Yeah,
You know what? You know what's a better stability? Money. I don't think there's a better stability than that. You know, financial stability is the most important stability.
There's a lot of money his way.
Yeah, dude.
Atlanta's going to the Super Bowl. I'm telling it right now.
$40 million.
I'm calling that shit too. Atlanta to the Super Bowl this year.
It's going to be a Chiefs Falcons Super Bowl. Kirk Cousins wins the Super Bowl. Kirk Cousins
jump ship.
Kirk Cousins is going to be. He's going to be like Nick Foles was to Tom Brady. You're going to say, how the fuck did that guy win a Super Bowl against that guy? That's Kirk Cousins. This is his year. Calling it. Calling my shot.
Darnell Mooney going over there is nice too. Bolsters the wide receiver room they already got over there. I like that. I like Rondale Moore over there too. Like they did very well. They did very well in free agency. And we haven't even gotten to the draft yet. But all right, so anybody else want to speak about the Falcons before we move on? Aside from how excited we are that they're going to be a great team this year, hopefully.
No, on to the next. As long as it doesn't become another 28-3.
Kirk Cousins would never.
Hey, everybody said the same thing about Matt Ryan. He's not going to do that. They got this. They got this, and they forgot who they were playing.
All right, so Ravens.
The Ravens. God. They released Odell Beckham Jr., who hasn't signed anywhere yet. They, for some reason, re-signed Nelson Aguilar. They re-signed that Justin Madubuike. He got a bag, 4 years, $98 million. Good for him. They re-signed their linebacker, Malik Harrison. They also re-signed another defensive tackle, Brent Urban. They re-signed their backup quarterback. And, of course, the big one is they signed Derrick Henry. 2 years, $16 million. I'm so excited for this. That's so unfair.
So that's why I can't.
They're going to look crazy.
You have the wrong Super Bowl. I have a Super Bowl for the birds, okay? I have Ravens-Falcons Super Bowl. All right, and I don't know if I have the Falcons winning that one, although it is Kirk Cousins. But Derrick, I had said this a year ago.
Do against two runners like that?
That's what I'm saying. I said this a year ago. Derrick Henry on the Ravens is the last thing the Ravens ever need, bro. Because if they have a power running back that could just say no to you, a triple option play, and a running back that could just say no to tacklers, that is insane for that fucking offense. You stack the box. Lamar's gonna fucking run wide and destroy you. If you don't stack the box, fucking Derrick Henry's gonna go up the middle and fucking kill whatever poor safety's left over there. Like, this is insanely bad news for everybody in the AFC.
Imagine, this is not gonna happen, but imagine if we had like another, and it's crazy because we're reviewing that game, but another Harbaugh bowl. After he gets back in the league and then they go back to back, they go fucking to the Super Bowl and play each other again. That's crazy.
Actually they couldn't because they're both in the AFC.
I didn't think about that.
Harbaugh AFC Championship. I don't think the Chargers. They need a year.
No,
you know what?
I mean,
no, Harbaugh's restructuring that.
They got rid of like everybody. Yeah, they got rid of like everybody.
After what happened in the last Harbaugh Bowl, we don't need a second one, man. That was too much electricity for one building.
It was.
And besides, anyways, I mean, since we're on the Ravens, Gus went to the Chargers, I believe. I think that's like the only worthy sign they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything else
is
they were just kind of
releases
getting
and free agents.
They were just kind of getting rid
Matt-
of the big contracts and
So
shit that they had.
Matabuke, he's a defensive tackle, right?
D-line
Yeah,
one.
I'd say he's probably a top 3 defensive tackle right now.
Defensive
I'd probably
tackle.
have it as
So
Wilkins 1, Matabuke 2, and Barmore 3. Now that Aaron Donald's gone.
we're getting into, and I'll spring the argument now because Matabuke came first, but I was going to spring the argument later in the Dolphin combo. How do you guys feel about paying the defensive tackle this much money?
I'm all for it. When you have a top guy like this, I'm all for
You
it.
said
Because
it was 4 for 98.
yeah, because he's not just like, and
Not a
same with like
horrible
Wilkins
contract, I mean.
and Barmore. All 3 of those guys, like, yeah, they can stop the run. They demand a lot of attention, but they also can rush the passer. So that's like getting all 3 of those in one. Now, if you're gonna pay a guy that just stops the run, fucking $98 million, I would highly suggest you don't do that. But when you
Yeah,
got one of these
didn't-
freaks,
And then they just lost Patrick Queen, so I think they had the salary space.
It's not a horrible
I'm-
contract either.
It's not a bad argument. I was under the subscription with everybody else that you don't pay a defensive tackle that much because they have a high rate of injury. But I don't remember seeing Wilkins or Matabuke or any of the top 5 on the injured reserve list at all last season. So, I mean, yeah, if they fucking play to the money. That's fucking a decent bag. 98 million, that's a fucking decent bag. And we'll get to the other ones because there's other ones that are even bigger. I think this one was the one that set the table.
yeah, and then we're still waiting on. So Matabuke signed, Wilkins signed. We're still waiting on to see what Barmore. He's got 1 year left on his rookie deal, but everyone's expecting him to get that extension this year. So we'll see. He's probably in that same range, 100 million, 4 year.
Players getting goddamn expensive around these parts.
All right,
Yeah,
let's get-
Bad time to be broke. Speaking of bad time to be broke, the Buffalo Bills.
Oh,
We're
man.
gonna laugh now and we're gonna cry later, but let's enjoy this now.
No. We ain't gonna. The Bills
Let's
window
enjoy-
is officially closed.
Let's enjoy this now.
All right, let me take a deep breath in for this long list of people they released. They released Jordan Poyer, Saron Neal, Mitch Morse, Naeem Hines, Deontay Hardy, and Tre'Davious White.
Ugh.
So, not fun.
That's the whole fucking secondary. The entirety of it. Ah, that's funny. Sorry.
They didn't even get to use it like all of last year either because their whole defense was fucking injured though. It was just, man, Bills will be the Bills.
They have to. What I love about the Bills and their fandom is they're such assholes about the Jordan Poyer thing. Because Jordan Poyer, they would talk Jordan Poyer up all year last year. And then he leaves and goes to another team, and they immediately 180 on, he's old, he's washed, you're not getting the same J-Po. I'm like, bro, you same fucking people were like 8-9 weeks ago telling me this man was God. What the fuck is this?
I'm not gonna lie, it would be pretty classic if like you get that Miami and Buffalo game and then Poyer decides to have a career day against his old team. I would love to see
It
the
always
Bills Mafia
happens.
cry about that. I would love
It's all
to
these
see that.
revenge games every time.
There's too many revenge games this year. It's kind of over. A lot of fucking people went to their rival teams. But let's talk about who they actually did sign. So they signed Mitch Trubisky.
Okay, good job, Buffalo.
That's gonna help him out.
That's a fucking needle mover right there, bro.
That immediately changes their odds in Vegas.
Super Bowl, Buffalo
Immediately.
Bills.
Immediately.
Are you kidding me? That's it. That's what they did. That was the missing piece.
Fire sale.
And now I understand we all want to laugh at the Bills right now, but I do like what they did with their receivers this year. So they signed Mac Hollins and Curtis Samuel. I like both of them a lot better than I did Gabe Davis. So that's interesting.
They got 2 Gabe Davises for the price of 1.
Yes. And I think Curtis Samuel you can do a lot more fun stuff with
Yeah, they can.
than fucking Gabe Davis.
And Mac Hollins is a fucking very dependable guy.
And Gabe Davis was not. He would have these like monster games and then just disappear for like 3 weeks. I had him in fantasy. It was fucking aggravating.
Yeah.
They re-signed their punter, so there's that.
Good job, Matt Hawk. Congratulations.
Another needle mover. Let's do it.
Yep. And the rest of it is like, you know, they extended and did a bunch of re-signings just to create cap space because they're fucked. So
Yep.
we'll all
Love
laugh
to
at
hear
this
that.
now, and then they're gonna win 12 games and win the AFC East. So that'll be fun. That'll be a good time.
Sounds like you're going wide right again.
Everyone said that to me last
was
year, too.
Very wide right, bro.
Everyone said I was wide right about the Bills winning last year too, and then look what fucking happened.
Nah, bro. Listen. It'll be
Uh-huh.
okay.
Dolphins. We're gonna enter December being 4 games ahead in the AFC East, and then we're just gonna roll our feet right into the dirt again.
You
As
see,
is
that's
tradition.
not. No, you got to come up with something new because we do. Listen, if you're gonna do that,
Tell that to the Dolphins. And
No,
we'll get to them. Don't worry.
no, if you're gonna do that, you got to also take into consideration. We do it in a different way every year. It's never the same way twice. We don't have a fucking quarterback die halfway through the season 2 years in a row. It's always something different. Like if that next year it's probably gonna be like a plane crashed into the fucking building while we were on the road in Buffalo and now we can't play football. You know, something stupid like that. Like it's never the same thing twice, you know?
No, this year it's going to be something really crazy. It's going to be like mid-season, like mid-November, Tyreek Hill gets arrested for human trafficking for some fucking.
Sorry, that's a Guinness. I can't just go up and down. Yeah. See, there you go. You're on to something. You're on to something, and that's the perfect one, dude. Tyreek Hill has another fucking house fire while playing fucking Fortnite. Didn't hear it, so now he's got singes on his legs and he's out for the rest of the year. With 3rd-degree fucking burns on half his body. Like, come on, dude. It's never the same thing twice. Not with the Dolphins. But we're not there yet. We'll get to the Dolphins.
We'll talk about 2 teams coming up here that reimagine disappointment every single year. So we got the Carolina Panthers. So they franchise tag Brian Burns. Good for them. They extremely overpaid Robert Hunt. 5 years, $100 million for Robert Hunt.
Yeah, 5. And let me tell you something about Robert Hunt from experience. You just paid a guy to sit on your fucking injured reserve
Yep.
for fucking 6 weeks out of the year. Have fun with that.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck. He's a great fucking human. Or he's a great giant fucking body. Like just this big mass of a human when he's on the fucking field. The problem is he's never there.
You're on the phone.
Hey, look, they needed more help in the passing game, so they went and got the best screen receiver of all time. Besides that, they acquired via trade Deontay Johnson from the Steelers. They also signed Dane Jackson and Jordan Fuller.
I like the Deontay Johnson deal.
Yeah, that'll help them out a lot. We'll see. I don't know. I think they're a factory of sadness. Yeah, it just. I think that new owner is an idiot, and they're fucked.
He is. He's totally a fucking idiot. That's a good Yeah, that's a great consensus. But I don't know about how fucked they are. It really hinges on, and I've been here before, that guy under center. Or, you know, if he's not a guy that can handle this kind of a team, it's not going to get better. You're going to spend a whole bunch of money trying to make it better and find out that, you know, you're going to be stuck in the same position you're always stuck in. So, I mean, hey, from experience.
Yeah, no, I'm out on Alabama quarterbacks also from personal experience. They all suck. It's been true forever. Miami quarterbacks are a waste of fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Alabama, bro. Fucking whatever. The ones in Miami and in Philly. The one that was used to be in New England is now in Jacksonville. Now this fucking guy. None of it's working.
The water.
Fuck you. Fucking Nick
What
Saban.
up, bro?
What?
What up, bro?
What's up, bro?
How you doing this evening? Are you ready? Are you ready for free agency talk?
Sure. Yeah, why not?
All right, water boy.
All
All right, water boy.
Gatorade.
Happy St. Patty's Day, by the way.
Happy St. Patty's.
I gotta get another Guinness. I'm almost
I
done
learned
with this
today to not wear.
That's what I'm drinking.
Anyway, all right. So let's talk about the other disappointment of the team.
Oh boy.
All right. Chicago Bears. They did a lot of shit. So they released Cody Whitehair and Eddie Jackson, and they have gotten a bunch of players. They got Ryan Bates, Jalen Johnson, Tre'Davious Moore, Kevin Byard, DeAndre Swift, Gerald Everett, Matt Pryor, Brett Ripon. Coolest name of all time. I'm really mad we didn't know this guy existed before. Yeah, his first name is Amen. His last name is Ogbongbemiga. Ogbongbemiga. Ogbongbemiga.
Amen.
I didn't know that I was gonna see another version of Tingus Pingus. But now we got a Bogminga Binga. Like, these names are totally fucking not real, bro.
Simulation's breaking down. We got Madden characters here.
That name looks like what happens when the cat walks across your keyboard. You know,
Bunga
like,
bunga.
Yeah, it's.
I'm gonna try and say that later, and that's just how I'm gonna do it. His name's just gonna be Unga Bunga later, you know.
I'm totally roasting a man that could probably fucking destroy me, but dude, that's not my fault. All right, like I don't know what the fuck that name is. That name is fucking ridiculous. Jesus Christ! Good luck. Is he a starter?
I hope so.
Good luck to those broadcasters, man.
Bungalunga, bungalunga.
Bunga bunga minga, bro. Like, I wonder if he hangs out with Tingus Pingus.
Hey, am I too loud, guys?
No, you're good. I can adjust you. You're fine.
Oh, okay. Because I'm using my earbuds.
That hat is loud though.
Yes.
Hat is loud as fuck. All right, go on. All right, no, wait. Yeah, continue. I'll talk about it when you're done.
Yeah, can you let me do my fucking job, monkey?
Yeah,
God damn.
Do your thing. God damn it.
Last thing they did was they also traded for Keenan Allen. So they signed a whole fuck ton of people. They basically did everything that they should have done for Justin Fields and then traded away Justin Fields.
That's the greatest thing ever.
I'm so
Tell me
glad you said
tell
that.
me that is not the most Chicago Bear thing ever.
Hey, dude, it's the literal story on repeat, dude.
The Bears.
And now they're gonna They're going to take Caleb Williams 1 overall, and then he's going to break both of his legs.
No, dude. No, dude. It's not even going to be that. It's going to be the same Chicago Bears story it always is, dude. I'm telling you this now.
He's just going to suck.
Caleb Williams looks like the fucking prototypical Chicago Bear quarterback. Fucking overblown, fucking overhyped, loud ass motherfucking mouth. Talks a lot of shit about his fucking play. Has a big old fucking ego. Comes into the league, fucking dog shit.
Fuck that guy.
Getting carried by a defense all fucking year. Have I hit any nerves, Chicago fans? Have I told any stories, Jim McMahon? Like, what do I have to say? Rex Grossman? Like, what do I have to fucking bring up? Oh, what about Justin Fields? How are you gonna do that shit to your own... Bro, Chicago, you deserve to never have a quarterback. You guys are totally... I thought the Dolphins were bad with quarterbacks. No, it's definitely... Chicago is the fucking worst with quarterbacks. It's not even fucking close. What a perfect pour that was. God damn. It is fucking not even close. They're terrible. Horrible. If I'm Justin Fields, how do you feel? Like, really?
Ecstatic because I'm leaving Chicago and I'm going to Pittsburgh, and my only competition is Russell Let's Ride Wilson.
That is true.
There's another Penny contract. Penny pincher.
Dude,
sale.
I can't wait till we get to the Steelers. You have no fucking idea.
Steeler Nation, let's world.
Hang on, guys. The vice president got lost.
Wait, what?
It's all right. He'll be back. He'll be back in a second. The CT, Mr.
What did you
CT.
say? Something about the president?
Yeah, we have two. First off, we have two vice presidents here, sir.
Cool.
Hold on, I'm gonna put
Sorry, I
cameras on
pressed the
top.
wrong button.
All right, good job.
All right,
It's all right. It's all right. These things happen. It's a bunch of podcasts.
they do. So, moving on to a team that everyone should be extremely afraid of this year, the Cincinnati Bengals, which we had all just somehow forgot that they exist because Joe Burrow was hurt, and now he's not hurt. And
It's easy to do when
Yeah.
Burrow is not there.
all right, so they franchise tag T. Higgins. That wasn't surprising. There's still there's still rumors of him maybe getting traded, maybe not.
He
Who knows?
demanded one.
He demanded a trade. I've demanded a lot of things that never happened though, so we'll see.
That's true.
So the other cool is they signed Zach Moss from the Colts, the running back. I like that for them. I also like that they signed Mike Gesicki. I think that's pretty good for Mike and them.
Speaking of people that we forgot exist,
Yeah,
there's a guy that we're going to be reminded of.
they got a hell of a deal. 1 year, $2.5 million. That's nothing for him. So he's gonna have like 800 yards, and people be like, "What the fuck? Where was this guy?" Let's see what else. They also re-signed Trenton Irwin, which is like their number 3 receiver, and they also signed Von Bell, a safety.
I like the Von Bell signing.
Yeah.
He's good.
Um,
He's good. The Bengals have improved.
Yeah, and they were already really good, and they just had a hurt quarterback.
However, didn't the Bengals let go of a very important somebody that is not on this list in the running back department?
Oh, they traded Joe Mixon, but they got Zach Moss.
Yeah, that kind of the Zach Moss thing looks great when you first read it, but then you have to also take into context that Joe Mixon was traded.
Yeah, there's also the draft too. I think they're going to take a running back.
Do trade? No, yeah, it does do trades.
It
It's just
does.
not in here. Okay.
I just didn't. Yeah, for some reason that one's not in here, even though this was updated yesterday. Fucking PFF, these nerds.
Good job, guys. But yeah, Joe Mixon's not on this team either, so the running back room did degrade a little bit. But other than that, I love Mike Gesicki. That is a very good sign right there.
Yeah, like so they would put out maybe T. Higgins, maybe Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase, Trenton Irwin, and Mike Gesicki. That's nasty.
Yeah,
Good
that's
luck.
Scary. That's a scary
Good luck.
offense. Yeah, that's what a lot of the fucking comp defenses are going to be doing this year. That's exactly it. That was good timing on that. All right.
Man, the top of this list is all just like very depressing teams. I'm sorry, guys. Now we have to talk about the Cleveland Browns. So,
where's the baby? Make it cry again.
I'd much rather take a shit.
Yeah, where's the baby? Come on.
All right.
so the big news for them was they traded for Jerry Jeudy.
Sorry, Jerry.
Sorry, fuck. That sucks for him.
He's dead. That's it.
He's dead.
Jerry Jeudy is gone, and we'll never hear from him again.
But the good news is,
Poor man
Once,
wanted to go somewhere better.
once they realize the Predator is washed or he gets himself hurt again, they did sign Jameis Winston. So maybe we'll have some fun watching Jameis Winston play football again.
J-Mo.
I couldn't think of two polar opposite quarterbacks to put in a room together. That fucking guy, the Predator, and then like Jesus loving Jameis Winston.
That is hilarious. Like polar opposites.
Some other notable things they
J-Mo
did.
gonna be talking shit to him like the first day they get there too, because he doesn't know how to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I feel like Jameis Winston is the kind of guy that would joke about the shit that Deshaun Watson's gone through.
Mm-hmm.
Like he'd probably be like,
yeah.
"Hey man, don't go get no massages after practice today."
Hey, bro. So where you going? Where you going? You're not going to a parlor, are you?
I hope you got that shit fixed, bro. Hope you got all that out of you.
So besides that, they signed Devin Bush, the linebacker. They signed Naeem Hines, the running back.
Naeem Hines. Love that one.
Yeah. They'll find another way to disappoint us. Is what I'm getting out of all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds about
Yeah.
right.
Hey, let's go to another big disappointment.
Yeah, so this team, the Dallas Cowboys, their weirdo fucking owner, Jerry Jones, came out like 2 months ago and said they were all in and expect us to do things that you wouldn't expect us to do. And he was right, because the last thing I expected the Dallas Cowboys to do was nothing, which is what they did. They did nothing. Let's see. They released Michael Gallup. They released Van Der Esch. They re-signed some people that are like lower level people, and that's it. And they signed Eric Hendricks.
Does Van Der Esch
Tony
have a new
Pollard's
home?
gone too.
Not that I'm aware of. I don't think he has one. He would be awesome if it was 5 years ago players. He's just hurt all the time.
Oh, Tony
He's
Pollard.
right. Pollard is on the
yeah,
Titans now.
Gone.
Yeah, and Tony Pollard left. So they did nothing. And they got worse.
Apparently, the only thing that I read was they are trying to acquire Stephon Diggs. I don't know if that's a true article, but I saw that make some traction the last few days.
Well, it'd definitely be a Jerry Jones type of thing to do.
The only one that's trying to get Stephon Diggs is his brother, bro.
All right, so let's just move on. That's just sad. Let's move on to another team that's sad. I promise we're going to get to good teams eventually.
There is a Texas team, though, actually, that's in talks with Minnesota trying to trade for Jefferson.
All right, well, we'll get to that Texas team when they
I don't
come
know
up
if it
in
was Dallas or
alphabetical order.
Texans. I don't know if it's Dallas or Texans.
Oh, that's totally a Dallas thing to do.
Okay. Because I was just reading that because I remember seeing something on Jefferson. I think Dallas is the one trying to get him right now. I think that's the move they're trying to make.
All right. Let's talk
All
about
right.
this sad franchise right here.
The Denver Broncos have released quarterback Russell Wilson and now have set the record for dead cap money. He had.
Congratulations, Denver, making history out here.
That's really it.
I need to hold you before you go to the rest of this fucking list.
No, that's it. That's the list. No other name on this list matters. I don't know any of these people.
There's one that I know that I'll help with. So, and we'll talk about it again when we get to them in alphabetical order. But they basically told the entire league that we would rather not have $85 million in cap than watch this guy play another fucking snap of football in our uniform. And somehow, this guy's still on another team. He's going to play football next year.
Dude, they said we'd rather not have a football team. They said we would rather burn this shit all the way to the ground than do this again.
It's just, God bless Russell Wilson's agent, dude. Him and Kirk Cousins' agent. Are they the same guy?
Probably.
They have to be. If not, these are two agents.
Even think about it that way. Like, yeah, who the fuck do they have as a quarterback?
They don't. They don't.
Drew Lock, right?
Said I'd rather fucking just go out there myself, man. Like,
no,
I'd
they
rather
don't
just
have
go
Drew
out
Lock.
there
They
myself.
traded Drew Lock.
They don't have anyone.
He's I'm gonna go out there myself.
Well, they got a high draft pick. They'll just draft one.
No, they're as far as getting a quarterback, they're fucked. They're picking like 11.
Well, they're gonna pick some
never mind
random
that.
at 11. They're gonna spin a wheel and they're gonna be like, "This guy, you play the football, right?"
Yep.
So,
welcome to Denver, Michael Penix. Welcome to Denver.
Among their two signings, one of them was Brandon Jones, which was the former safety on the Dolphins. They paid that man $20 million while they already have an $85 million cap hit. And I love Brandon Jones, but he ain't a $20 million safety. That he ain't even fucking. He's like 11 or 12 at best. 20 is wild. That's wild, but good for Brandon Jones. I mean, congrats to him. Unfortunately, he has to play on the same defense that he watched get torched for 70 points a year ago. But, you know, money's money.
Hey, look, you give me 3 years, $20 million, I'll go out and lose by 70 every week. No problem.
You mean I don't have to be good at this? I just got to be out there? All right, cool.
I guess another thing they did was they released Justin Simmons too, which happy for him. He can maybe go have somewhere.
They're like, Coach, we don't gotta win, Coach, and you still pay me that kind of money? Awesome.
Love it. And pretty soon, I'm very sure Patrick Surtain's not going to be there. I think that's a move that's coming next. I think Patrick Surtain's leaving Denver. I think they're going to trade him out. But hey, let's get to a team that we actually like. These teams sucked.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about the Lions here. Unfortunately, or fortunately, look at his thing. Their whole offseason was just we're going to which isn't a bad thing. a lot of people like flashy new things, but they have a lot of good players, and everyone that was coming up on the end of their deal, for the most part, they just re-signed everybody. Like Emmanuel Mosley, they re-signed. They re-signed their kicker, Michael Badge. Re-signed Graham Glasgow, their guard. They traded for Carlton Davis, the cornerback, which they desperately needed another one. So that's really good. They also re-signed their guard, Dan Skipper. And then their only real free agent they're bringing in is their new defensive tackle, ex-Bengal DJ Reader, who's really good.
There's also Davenport, and he wasn't bad either.
Yep. So they also signed Davenport. 1 year deal, $6.5 million for him. So a little prove it deal. He didn't have the best season last year. It's kind of getting old, but hey, for $6 million, why not? Mm-hmm. Give it a shot. I like it. I mean, a lot of people disagree with this type of strategy, but when you have a lot of money and you got a lot of good players that are expiring on contracts, you should keep your good players.
Yeah, no, I like the Lions because they didn't do shit, which is crazy because we just dogged the shit out of fucking Dallas for not doing shit, but Detroit.
Well, they did shit. They spent a lot of money, but it was just on their own players.
Yeah, them not doing shit in free agency was good because they're doing something that I wish more teams understood.
Keep your players.
Yeah, they're signing their guys well before their 5th years. You know, before they become high contract conversations, before they become, oh, fuck, how am I going to pay for this guy? Get them in early. Get them in quick. You scouted these guys. You've seen them play for a year or two. You already know where they're going to be at. Make that deal. Detroit, man, they're doing it the right way, dude. They're doing it the right way. I feel like Detroit's going to be a team that we're going to be talking about for the next 4 or 5 years.
All right.
Let's get to the Packers.
The Packers. So they released Devondre Campbell, their linebacker. Probably going to draft one because they haven't signed one yet. But the big news was them releasing Aaron Jones and then signing Josh Jacobs and then also re-signing A.J. Dillon. Besides that, they had some re-signings like Keeson Nixon, their cornerback. They re-signed him. He's a good player. Not a lot of people talk about him, but he's really good. And then they also made a splash with signing Xavier McKinney, 4 years, $68 million. They might regret that sticker price because with how many safeties are out there, I don't think you had to spend $70 million to get one this year, but they did it. So hopefully he's good for them.
I don't like the money. I like the player.
Yeah, same.
I don't like the money, and I'm not going to understand why we let Aaron Jones go.
I don't get it.
Because Josh Jacobs and Aaron Jones in a backfield together, that would have been nightmarish. I can't wait to hear about the story on that. I know Aaron Jones wasn't more expensive than Josh Jacobs. So, who knows? Maybe it's just they feel like Aaron Jones has hit his peak and Josh Jacobs is a younger set.
He just wasn't happy. I don't know.
It could have been that too. Maybe Jones wanted to be out of there.
I'm having technical difficulties over here.
It's all right. I'll keep connecting you when you keep connecting. But other than that, I mean, it's hard to say that Green Bay didn't improve. I love Josh Jacobs, and I especially like him over there, where they use running backs a lot better. Not to say that he wasn't getting his touches in Oakland, just I think he's going to have better success than Green Bay. Re-signing A.J. Dillon was nice. I just feel like I feel like there's more to the Aaron Jones move than we know right now.
Well, especially because he ended up in fucking Minnesota.
Yeah. I feel like there's something up with that. I feel like there's a story that we don't know. Because that just seems so awkward. That seems so very left field. Jesus Christ, look at this fucking list for the Texans.
Yeah, the Texans did a lot of shit. So they re-signed Dalton Schultz, who was, man, the tight end market this year was tough. There wasn't a lot of options. There was basically Schultz and Hunter Henry, and those are like basically it. And then that was, I mean, those are the ones I really gave a fuck about. They re-signed their kicker. Good for him. Let's see. They also re-signed Chris Boyd, Eric Murray, Desmond King, Khalil Davis. Now, they brought in a lot of people. They also re-signed Noah Brown, their wide receiver, and one of their tackles, Charlie Heck. But they brought in Lonnie Johnson. I really like that they brought in Jeff Okudah. He's a really good corner on a one-year deal. They brought in an edge rusher, Danico Autry, 2 years, $20 million. He's fucking awesome. They signed a punter. Who cares? And
Aziz Al-Shahir, though.
Yeah, I was getting to that. So they got a really good linebacker in Al-Shahir. They also, like we said, they traded for Joe Mixon. They also signed another linebacker, Delshawn Phillips. They also signed Daniil Hunter from the Vikings, an edge rusher, 2 years, $50 million. He is an absolute beast. That front seven is going to be ridiculous this year. So you have Hunter, Autry, and Will Anderson, and then also Al-Shahir at linebacker. Good luck. The Texans got really good, really quick. I guess it's nice when you have a really good quarterback and he's on a rookie deal, huh? Because you got all this extra money.
Yep. Exactly.
Not just that, dude.
Yeah, it's like they realized, okay, we
all
know
of
what we
their-
got now, and now let's fucking invest in it.
It's not just the quarterback. All of their prime positions are on rookie deals. The wide receivers, the running back, I think.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah, the running back. Like, their offense, that high octane offense, they're all rookies, bro. Like, they're going to have this kind of a fucking budget for, because they're going to lock these guys in early too. They're already doing it. Look at all these re-signs. They're going to be good for a while. They're going to have a lot of money to play with too, all the time. Like, I like seeing teams build like this. They're doing it early. They're doing it quick. They see what they've got and they sign them up fast. I wish I could say that, a certain team did this, but hey, at least it's nice to see other teams do it. Houston's on a good path. I feel like Houston's going to be in that playoff picture for a good long while. And their quarterback dude is going to be some guy. We're going to be talking about CJ Stroud 10, 15 years from now. For sure.
Well, let's talk about a team that we won't be talking about in 15 years from now because they're the Colts and they fucking suck. Fuck the Colts. Fuck every player that signed with the Colts.
Fuck your whale!
Fuck the whale that they tried to save. Let's see. What did they signed Raekwon Davis. They did that. They signed Joe Flacco, which I'm heartbroken. Fuck Joe Flacco. I'm out on Joe Flacco. They re-signed Michael Pittman Jr. I don't know. This team stinks. They didn't do shit. I think the city of Indianapolis is a cesspool filled with idiots and crackheads. Fuck this team. That's my summary of the Colts free agency. Is that they stink. And the only good thing you ever produced was a punter. That's about all I have to say about you.
Hey, he was the best man ever.
Yep. So that's what happens when you cut Peyton Manning. You cut him.
And kill
Fucking idiots. Fucking idiots. And yeah, you're right. And they killed Andrew Luck. They murdered him in front of all of us.
Fucking dead.
The
Never to see it
Raekwon
again.
Davis.
They made him
movie-
fucking quit. They made him wake up one day and just say, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore.
The Raekwon Davis move hurts. I liked Raekwon. He's coming from the Dolphins. Joe Flacco hurts. I don't think they got better from this. I don't think. See, what gets me about the whole thing is I'm still not 100% on Richardson. I only got to see him for so long, and he looked all right. He did. He looked all right, but he got hurt. I didn't see him for the rest of the year. So I don't think the Colts got better, and that's the problem. Like, they need to. If you're gonna have a young quarterback, you need to get better. But at least they didn't get worse. They kept Pittman, which I didn't think they were gonna do. I thought Pittman Jr. was out of there, bro.
Yeah, same. Well, I guess Michael Pittman, he just enjoys being a massive piece of shit. So
He likes the whale.
yeah, he likes whale. He likes fucking whales.
Yeah, there's not much here, bro. I can't say much about the Colts, which sucks. It sucks if you're a Colt fan, dude. You want this to be a splash year, and you're not seeing it. The only guy worth a damn is Raekwon Davis, and you do get elite Joe Flacco. But
Joe Flacco's gonna regress.
Indianapolis is not a good place for old quarterbacks. Okay?
Indianapolis is not a good place for humanity, period.
So I'm sorry, Joe. I hope the boat is close, because you're gonna be getting on it pretty soon. Yeah. Other than that, let's move on to here's another one that's got. These guys did do a lot.
They did.
They did a lot.
So the Jaguars, as we all know, unfortunately had lost out on Calvin Ridley, which I don't think they regret. He got paid fucking borderline best receiver in the league money, and he's not that, and he's 30 years old. So that was probably a good thing for them. Yeah. They released a couple folks that I'm not really recognizing any of these people. They franchise tag the good Josh Allen.
The good Josh Allen.
Yeah, he's the good one. He's the Josh Allen we like. The good Josh Allen. They did make a couple signings. So they signed Mitch Morse from the Bills. Also signed Gabe Davis from the Bills. They signed Darnell Savage. Really like that. They also signed wide receiver Devin Duvernay, cornerback Ronald Darby, and Eric Armstead. They signed as well. And Ernest Johnson. He's like a good backup running back that they'll have up there. And then big round of applause. Thank you, Jacksonville. They traded for Mac Jones. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Had to do it.
Someone had to do it. For some reason, it was you. Not sure why you did that, but thank you.
Because they really wanted to see Mac Jones become a backup.
We're gonna have quarter controversy in Jacksonville.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. The only quarterback controversy happening in Jacksonville is why Mac Jones even got there. What they needed him for.
I have no idea.
Trevor Lawrence is gonna pop his leg fucking first quarter of the season, and they're gonna be stuck with Mac Jones the whole season.
Well, someone had to do it. For some reason, I thought he was going to Denver. I had that in my head. I was like, Denver's got no quarterbacks. We'll trade him there for a fucking bag of chips. Who gives a fuck? Just get him off the team.
No,
But it didn't go down that way.
it did not.
I mean, I like what they did. I think they did well at receiver after losing out on Calvin. As much as the bad things I said about Gabe Davis, there's still a lot of good things that he does. And then Devin Duvernay, he'll be like a good number 3 for him.
I like Duvernay, Devin over there, Duvernay, or whatever, how you pronounce that name. But yeah, I like him over there. I think the wide receiver room actually improved in Jacksonville, albeit that Calvin's not there. Sorry, I was talking from my kitchen. But yeah, I think the Jaguars really did improve. If you consider everything that they did.
Now I want to talk about.
Love that. Sorry, go ahead.
I want to talk about a confusing offseason. There's things that they did that make a lot of sense. There's one thing in particular I don't understand why they're doing it. So the Chiefs, they release MVS. They franchise L'Jarius Sneed, which they're trying to trade him. Drew Tranquill re-signed there. They got Chris Jones to re-sign. They signed tight end Irv Smith. Re-signed Deion Bush. They signed Marquise Brown, which is good. That's nice for them. I think he'll do fine. Why is Kadarius Toney still on this team?
Good
luck, Jack.
I really don't know because I like the pickup of Brown.
Hollywood Brown is
them,
a
I
fucking
think that's a great
dangerous pickup, dude.
You know what's
Hollywood
weird?
Brown's a dangerous pickup, dude. That's insane.
I think he's just been waiting for that type of quarterback. And honestly, Mahomes has kind of been waiting for a better receiver, if you will.
You know what's weird about this? So I live in Chiefs vicinity. I'm around a lot of Chiefs fans up here. And
Chiefs country.
they all hate this.
Hollywood Brown?
And here's why. The Chiefs have been doing this thing ever since Tyreek Hill left of trying to recreate Tyreek Hill with everyone they've drafted, everyone they've signed, and none of it works. So that's their big gripe about this.
Yeah, no, he's no Tyreek Hill, but he's
Have they tried drafting their wide receivers from the state penitentiary?
Have they gone and seen who has multiple wives, multiple kids, and
True.
may or may not have
Have beaten them?
beaten them.
Yeah.
Both
How do you spell his last
women and
name?
child.
Allegedly.
Can anyone
It's
hear me?
important. Yeah, I can hear you. What's up, buddy?
How do you spell his last name?
Who?
Terry, what the fuck? Whatever. Just continue.
Kadarius Toney.
Oh, Kadarius Toney?
Oh,
Yeah.
Toney.
Yeah, Toney.
It just blows my mind that he's still on this team.
Here it is.
Are they trying to trade him? Who's going to trade for him?
He's their R-Truth.
He really is.
He's R-Truth trying to be on the Judgment Day.
I'm done with you, monkey.
He comes in. He says shit that doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, why aren't they using me? He's a rapper, but he's not very good at it. He's just kind of good at it. You know, this is our truth in football form, bro. Like, I don't know. He makes stupid ass plays, like lining up 10 yards off sides. Like, this is our truth in football form. I don't know how we haven't gotten to it yet.
And the funny thing, wait, does he have a septum then?
I think he might.
Yeah, he has a septum in this picture.
He does have a septum.
Yeah, in the picture I'm looking at right now, yeah, he definitely looks like our truth. That's funny.
Hell yeah, Kansas City. What's up? What's up?
Dude, we got to make a shirt that says, like, it's all printed out, and it says Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and Travis Kelce and Chris Jones, and then in duct tape and Kadarius Toney.
Like, the crazy thing is we're sitting here making fun of him, but he gets a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, it's in the same way that it's comical that Jimmy Garoppolo is a Super Bowl champion. It is equally hilarious that Kadarius Toney has a ring.
It's ridiculous.
Like,
it's so sad.
He even got that in an R-Truth way. He got that fucking up. He got a Super Bowl ring fucking up. Literally doing everything he could possible to fuck the Chiefs out of the fucking win in every one of his postseason games, and they still won despite him. He got a ring, and only a way that R-Truth would get a championship. By accident.
Yeah, it'd be funny if he got it and then his R-Truth's music started playing.
That's it for now on. Kadarius Toney on UFA is R-Tony.
R-Tony.
R-Tony. All right. R-Tone.
I'm gonna bounce
All right.
from here. I gotta go do something.
All right,
All
Steve.
All right. See you later.
Later.
All
All right, let's move on to another team that did a lot of confusing shit, and I don't know why they did it. So the Raiders, they re-signed their running back Amir Abdullah. They released Brian Hoyer. They re-signed their center. They released Jerry Tillery. They signed Christian Wilkins to a 4-year, $110 million contract.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Then they released Jimmy Garoppolo and Hunter Henry, and they have signed a new tight end, Harrison Bryant, and they signed Gardner Minshew. Now, this is what I mean about it being confusing. No. Hear me out.
Hey, Patriot fan, that was Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah, I'm not interested. He's
Go
washed.
Patriots.
You said Hunter Henry.
Oh, whatever. They're both washed.
What team
Both
are we
washed
talking
old
about?
white dudes.
Patriots?
You only make it so many years in the league, you know.
Now, I get wanting to sign Wilkins. He's a good player. So someone put up a stat sheet of comparing Gardner last year to Aiden O'Connell last year. They are the same person. So they released Jimmy Garoppolo and then signed the same person. The Raiders are addicted to mediocre quarterback. I don't understand it. I don't know what this team wants to do, what they're trying to do.
Because their owner is in love with mediocre haircuts. He looks like he fucking puts a bowl on his head and cuts his hair, for God's sake.
Yeah, this team just confuses me. I just want to breeze right past this. None of this makes sense. Congrats to Christian Wilkins for getting these idiots to pay you $110 million. Good for you. The Chargers can be summed up very easily. They released everyone. They released or traded everyone, and they have signed tight end Hayden Hurst, Poona Ford, tight end Will Dissly, and running back Gus Edwards. Besides that, everyone's gone but their quarterback. And they got a new coach. A good coach. But I think this is them. They have punted on this year.
Hold on, because you moved past the Raiders before I wanted to, but...
Well, what's there to talk about? They're, the Raiders.
First off, do you understand how insanely fucking scary defensive line for Vegas is going to be next year? Christian Wilkins and Max Crosby on the same fucking line? I'm sorry, quarterbacks
that beard looks
everywhere.
fierce.
It is. Thank you. I'm sorry.
No, I'm talking about Christian Wilkins' beard.
Oh, okay, yeah. Thank God. I don't know why the fuck you would compliment my beard out of nowhere, but all right, cool. Well, that
you have
beard
a
will
nice
be
beard,
fierce. Yeah, no, it's still. Christian Wilkins' beard deserves compliments. That is a beard to fear. But dude, that Max Crosby, same fucking line, dude. No way. Quarterbacks everywhere. I'm sorry.
I have a question though. So okay, they'll be able to rush the passer. Who's doing literally everything else on defense?
It doesn't matter. You got
Yes, it
Christian
does.
Wilkins.
It does matter.
See? No. Once you have Christian Wilkins, you've won the Super Bowl. Duh. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
he looks
I'm
like he
being
could win one.
facetious.
He looks like he can get a Super Bowl ring or two.
Yeah, with a team around him, he can't do it by himself. Unfortunately, I love the guy to death, but $110 fucking is ridiculous, bro. You need another team. So again, I like paying defensive tackles this much money when they're that good, and Christian Wilkins is that good, but the Raiders don't need to be doing this. Like there's a few teams where I could see Christian Wilkins would have been, like it would have made sense for that kind, like that kind of money.
Championship team.
Yeah, it would have made sense for that kind of money. Like, let's say fucking Kansas City had paid for Wilkins to be sitting next to Chris Jones. Like, I'd understand it, but the Raiders have so much other things that they need to do that paying one guy $110 million is fiscally irresponsible. Having said that, though, that line is going to be fucking insane. Maybe not the rest of the team, but at least we know the middle of the fucking, the right side of the line altogether, completely in the backfield every fucking play. But yeah, their offense ain't gonna be able to score shit. So it's the price you pay with Christian Wilkins.
This guy's younger than me, man. It's scary. I don't know. Just as a kid watching football, I assumed like all of them were older than me, and I still do.
Yeah, no. Now we're at the point of existence where they're either your age or younger. Welcome
Same thing with wrestling. When I looked up Rhea Ripley, she's like 26. I'm like, no, get the hell out of here. She's either my age or older. Like, nope. That cannot be.
No, it is. All right. So with the Chargers, let's talk about these Chargers.
Look, the Chargers had a bunch of bad contracts, and they need to move off all of them. And this year's going to suck.
You know
it is what it is.
They don't have the big one on here. That's insane.
Well, they talk about people that entered the team, so obviously they traded Keenan Allen. If that's what they're talking about.
They also talk about people that they release too, but they don't talk about people that they trade away. Austin Eckler is not on this team no more, and that's huge for them.
That's big for them.
And Keenan, this team basically,
and Mike Williams. So,
this team.
Are they trying to win with Herbert or not? Like, what's the story here?
What they're trying to do is get off a bunch of bad contracts.
Yeah, but sir, now what is Herbert gonna do?
He's gonna eat shit and like it, and then they're gonna be good next year. They're taking their medicine.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. It can't. Herbert's gonna understand what it feels like to be Tua for a couple years. All right. I mean, this team got so much worse. There's nothing really good to say about it. I can't put a positive spin on whatever the Chargers are doing right now.
No, there's really not. They're in cap hell like a few teams were. And they got a new coach, a new GM. They're just hitting the reset button, and they're lucky enough to hit the reset button and already have their quarterback.
All right, let's get to... Oh, my God. They didn't do much either.
Well, That's the downside
What?
of fuck them picks. We're on the backside of fuck them picks for the Rams, and they finally do have draft picks now, which probably explains why they didn't do so much here. They released their center Brian Allen. They re-signed DeMarcus Robinson, Kevin Dotson, their guard Jonah Jackson, which they had signed from Detroit. They signed Colby Parkinson, the tight end. They also signed Darius Williams, which is a pretty good corner. Cameron Curl, their safety. People don't talk about Cameron Curl a lot, but he is really fucking good.
Sleeping.
They re-signed Christian Roseboom, and of course, Aaron Donald has retired.
Hey,
Good job, buddy.
good job, Aaron. Aaron Donald gets to retire on top of his fucking position. That's you don't get to say that all the
I
time.
drink to that. Pour a shot, man.
Yeah, I got one right here.
Yeah, he's probably one of the best defensive players of all time. 10 years of a career, 10 Pro Bowls, multiple All-Pros, Super Bowl champion. And he did it all during a time where playing defensive line is illegal and you can't hit the quarterback.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna take over this next list because
Yeah, go ahead. I'm not doing all this shit.
it's a bunch of people that you're not gonna know. We got to the Dolphins. So I know that we all laughed about the Bills.
Let it all out, buddy. This is a safe space.
Yeah, I know we all laughed about the Bills, but don't laugh too much because we've already talked about a couple of them. The Dolphins do not look the same on the defensive side of the ball. Emmanuel Ogbah is gone. Christian Wilkins is gone. Jerome Baker is gone. Keon Crossan is gone. So that all happened basically on the
Xavier
same day.
Howard is gone.
Oh yeah, Xavier Howard. That's another one. Xavier Howard is gone. So all of that basically happened on the same day. So we were all like, "Oh fuck."
Where's the whole team?
Right? But don't worry.
Don't worry, we've got a bunch of guys that all don't cost anything.
There is some good news. We went shopping over at the J.C. Penney equivalent of the NFL free agency list. And we have picked up a whole bunch of guys. We signed Isaiah Mack, Davion Nixon. Don't know who any of those fucking guys are. Jonnu Smith, really excited to see him totally disappoint us this year. Although I am a subscriber of the belief that he is better than Durham Smythe. When that happened, everybody was like talking shit on Jonnu Smith, which was legitimate. He's been underperforming basically his entire existence. But when your starting tight end last year was Durham Smythe, there's not a lot you have to do to be an improvement. So we're hoping that Jonnu Smith can prove me right on that. Anthony Walker Jr. and Jordan Brooks joined the linebacking crew. Jordan Brooks was playing over in Seattle last year, I believe. That's the guy that we got from Seattle.
That's the best signing you guys had.
$26 million for 3 years. We also got Shaquille Barrett, which is supposed to put a Band-Aid on the Christian Wilkins hole. I
Wait.
do love...
How? They don't play the same position.
Oh, yeah, no, never mind. He's edge. Yeah, that's right. It's, they don't have a fucking Band-Aid for the Christian Wilkins hole yet, I don't think.
Not really. The draft.
That's Shaquille Barrett's the Emmanuel Ogbah hole. Anyway, yeah, so Shaquille Barrett, which I love Shaquille Barrett, but Well, it's nice to see you in a Dolphins uniform, buddy. You know what I'm saying? There is some good news to all of this. There is one guy that we are very. There is actually two guys we are very excited to have, not because they are probably going to be outstanding, but because it fucking hurts the Bills, and we love that. We signed Jordan Poyer and Ciaran Neal that we previously laughed at Buffalo for not having. So not only does Buffalo not have those guys, but they also get to see them in their favorite uniform and colors, aqua and orange. I'm not expecting a whole fucking lot out of these guys. Again, it's just that's all. That's really all it is. It's kind of like the equivalent of seeing Jason Taylor in a Jets uniform. That's what we're doing to them. Other than that, there is another decent signing. I'm very excited to see Kendall Fuller. I know that we're getting rid of Xavier Howard, but Kendall Fuller is a decent pickup.
We'll see if he can beat out Eli Apple, your new highest paid corner, or second highest paid corner.
What the fuck is that one, by the way?
I have no idea.
So yeah, we re-signed, like you said, Eli Apple, which is not on this list because they probably forgot it, which is
$16.5 million.
Dude, I don't understand.
For how many years?
4 years.
Oh God.
Wait, so we have Eli Apple for 4 years?
Yeah.
Yep.
What did he do? What did he bribe? Like, what information does he have on the Ross family? Like, what? Did I miss something?
He looks like a guy who comes into my shop every day.
First off, so the thing with Eli Apple is he has a meme since his performance in the Super Bowl. His nickname is Burnt Toast because it's because he's supposed to be covering the receiver, and the problem is every time he's covering a receiver, somehow that receiver is 20 yards behind him catching a touchdown pass that he is supposed to be preventing. And it's become such a meme that he garnered that nickname. That meme was on the Bengals. That was a Bengal problem until last year where we signed him. For what reason? I don't know. I think it had something to do with one of our cornerbacks dying. But we got desperate and signed Eli Apple. And now, for some reason, only known to God and Stephen Ross.
God and Stephen Ross.
We have him re-signed to a new contract for 4 years for how many?
I think the total.
Knows.
I think the total contract for Eli Apple is like $65 million.
That is insane. We said we need to save money, so let's pay Eli Apple $65 million. What the fuck? I'm with Charles on this. What did he do? Because I want to know too. Like, what did he do? What did he do that somebody was like, yeah, let's keep him around here. Matter of fact, give him a raise.
Yeah, fuck it.
What? Anyway, it's okay. We got Ciaran Neal, who will totally beat him. Yeah, we got Ciaran Neal. He'll totally beat him out in the depth chart. They're gonna see Eli Apple get burnt by Stephon Diggs one time and put Ciaran Neal in his place. Like,
how do you spell that? Ciaran.
SIRAN.
So, yeah, we kept Savon Ahmed. So Dolphins fans, I have some unfortunate news for you. We did not get better. Granted, we didn't get as bad as we thought we did, but we did not get better. This is not going to be the same defense as last year. Sorry. But at least we kept basically everybody on offense that we needed to keep. If we're going to put a positive spin on that. We only lost Robert Hunt, and Robert Hunt sucked. He was on injured reserve for fucking more than half the year. He basically lived there. It was time to let him walk anyway. The thing that I am shocked about is Teron Armstead is somehow still here. But it's okay, because we're restructuring his contract so that we can pay him $18 this year so that we can fucking pay Tua and be done with this issue with him. Which, by the way, that is still a thing that we have not announced yet. These guys have to re-sign Tua. But yeah, I'm sorry. The Christian Wilkins thing sucks. But we were never going to pay that guy $100 million fucking dollars. You're out your mind. That's insane.
I like to shout myself out for being the only person in our group chat that called this accurately. Everyone's like, oh no, we're going to pull off some black magic wizardry. And Christian Wilkins is still going to be a Dolphin. I'm like, I don't know.
You know what my
He's
problem
leaving.
is? I am giving Chris Greer the kind of credit that I give Pat Riley in that chat. And he has definitely not earned that kind of respect.
No, not at all. He's done quite the opposite of Pat Riley, to be honest.
Chris Greer is the GM that does just enough to not get fired. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Pat Riley, the president of the Miami Heat.
Yeah, that's different. He's a legend. Chris Greer is the kind of guy that phones in his job. He does just enough homework to take home a C. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the guy that you think about firing, but you don't really fire because then you go, but is it? He does do, this and that.
I know if a funny story about Chris Greer is he actually used to work in the Patriots front office, and then they fired him, and then the greatest dynasty of all time happened immediately after they fired him. Food for thought, Miami. Food for thought.
So let me tell you a funny story then about that. The only constant name in the entire time that we have been without a playoff win, the
Chris
only
Greer?
name that is constant throughout that stretch of time is Chris Greer. There is not another singular fucking name from owner to manager to coach.
What
Stadium.
Information? What information do you?
Stadium. Chris Greer is the only constant fucking name in the entirety of that time period that we've not been winning playoff games. Insane that to think about that's a real statistic. I promise you that it is. And somehow this guy, again, still has a job with this team. Not with another team, but this one in specific that he's ruined for over 2 decades. But he does shit just enough to keep his job. He does just enough shit like trade for Tyreek Hill or draft Jalen Waddle to not lose his fucking job every fucking year. And that's how we get stuck in this shit that we've been in for basically my whole life. It's insane. It's crazy. All right.
Recently in the AFC East, the two longest tenured general managers were Chris Greer and Bill Belichick, and Bill Belichick got fired before Chris Greer.
Bill Belichick.
It's fucking crazy. Why?
Because Tyreek Hill, bro.
Did anyone see that South Park episode where Cartman dreamed about him, Bill Belichick?
How can I teach these kids?
No. That was a different episode.
No, but still, that
okay,
was the
you're
Bill
right.
Belichick.
No, he did it twice. There's two different times where Cartman dreamed about cheating.
That's
and he
true.
thought of Bill Belichick.
All right, so that's the Dolphins synopsis of their offseason. We're not terrible, but we didn't get better. So there you go.
Tell us what Eli Apple knows.
Moving on to another interesting situation in the Minnesota Vikings. The big headlines here is obviously, well, you lost your fucking quarterback.
Oh my God, that's another one. Andrew Van Ginkel. Ah!
God.
Hey. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
That one fucking. I'm mad at
That
that
hurts.
one. That I know it on paper I shouldn't be that upset, but I am that upset.
He had a really good year last year.
All right, go ahead. You can continue. Just fuck,
Okay.
man.
Well, the Vikings have lost their quarterback. They have since acquired a first-round pick from the Houston Texans, so they currently have 2 first-round draft picks. This screams of this is the team that's about to do something really dumb and desperate. They are. They're about to do something real dumb. I guarantee it. But besides my speculation, they also released Alexander Madison. They re-signed 2 tight ends that I have no clue who either of these people are. They signed edge
Dude, you
rusher.
mean you don't know who the legend of Johnny Munt is?
No, I
Wait,
don't.
what? Of who?
It's alright, I don't either. But I'm sure there's a
Johnny.
legend out there.
Yeah,
Months.
Johnny. Legend of Johnny. They basically swapped edge rushers with the Texans. They've signed Jonathan Grenard. They re-signed a lot of their offensive line this year. Good for them. Like you mentioned, Andrew Van Ginkel is now playing there. They also signed Blake Cashman. Their current quarterback is Sam Darnold. And they also signed Aaron Jones, Brandon Powell, and Trent Sherfield, and Jerry Tillery.
What did you say? I'm sorry. I got cut out.
I'm trying to picture Sam
Why is he
Darnold.
dying?
I'm trying to picture Sam
Do I need
Darnold
to call an ambulance monkey?
throwing a 50-yard bomb to Justin Jefferson, but coming about 30 yards short.
No, this team's they're about to do something real dumb. They're about to trade like 2 or 3 first-round picks and get JJ McCarthy out of it, because I don't think either of the teams in the top 3 are going to move out of their spots. So they're going to trade up to like the 4th or 5th pick, and then we're in Trey Lance territory right now with Minnesota.
This is
He is
gonna be great.
21. JJ McCarthy.
Fucking
Yeah.
Born in
Fucking
2009. Jesus.
Jay Jetta is going to ask for a trade so fast next year.
He kind of looks like Matt right No, never mind.
Oh god damn.
Yeah, I'm so Minnesota. You should have overpaid Kirk Cousins. You really should have.
Dude, you don't know pain like you're about to know pain if Sam Darnold is your starting quarterback next year. Oh my fucking god. I hope they draft a fucking NFL ready rook. Who?
None of the teams in the top 3 are going to trade out, I don't think. So you're looking at, okay, so they could draft Michael Penix. They could draft Spencer Rattler. They could draft J.J. McCarthy. What's the kid from Notre Dame? That kid.
NFL ready, bro.
No.
Oh my god.
And they're going to play him. It's going to end horribly.
The Vikings are going to suck with such a good roster.
But you know what? I would love to see just how far Michael Penix could throw to Justin Jefferson. That's one thing that I'd like to see. That would be fun. It's going to end horribly.
Probably better than fucking Sam Darnold.
Well, that's not saying much. Mac Jones could do better than that. And he's Mac Jones.
Speaking of Mac Jones.
New England, they did a lot of shit.
Like getting rid of Mac Jones.
Like getting rid of Mac Jones. They have one of the longer lists of free agency here, so bear with me. They released Lawrence Guy, J.C. Jackson, and Adrian Phillips, and Devontae Parker. So they're using all of their cap space because they have a fuck ton of it to get off of bad contracts there. They franchise tagged Kyle Duggar. They signed from the Steelers tackle Chukwuma Okorafor, which I have learned people call him Chuck. So going forward, he will be known as Chuck on this show. They re-signed Kendrick Bourne. Yeah. They re-signed Kendrick Bourne, Hunter Henry, Mike Onwenu, which congrats to him. 3 years, $57 million. Good for him. They re-signed their kick returner, Jalen Reagor. They re-signed their edge rusher, Josh Uche, and Everett Jennings, both those edge rushers. Then outside signings, they signed Austin Hooper, guard Nick Leverett. They signed a defensive tackle, Armon Watts. Jacoby Brissett, which we're assuming is going to start for a couple games here while they get a rookie quarterback. And who else? They also signed, I wanted to get to him last because he is in the Football Name Hall of Fame. Sion Taki.
All right, guys. I gotta go. All right, bro. Nice being with you, and thanks for having me.
Yo. So Taki.
Yeah. So basically, New England's whole offseason was, let's use our cap space to get rid of weird projects Bill Belichick was working on that didn't work, and then re-sign the whole fucking defense.
They got Antonio Gibson too, which I
love that.
I like it, but you guys still have
Ramondre Stevenson. Yeah, that's perfect. I want 2 or 3 good backs. I don't want just Ramondre doing everything.
I'm making sure.
Yeah.
That's still.
And they also signed Austin Hooper. He'll be their backup tight end. But yeah, they a lot of. I'm going to address New England fans right now. You guys all shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Everyone's complaining for some reason. I'm not sure why. And the reason why is because they didn't go out and sign 20 wide receivers. And let me break this down for you smooth-brained idiots. Would you go out, Monkey? Let me ask you a question. If you didn't know who your rookie quarterback was yet, you didn't know who the quarterback is yet, would you go out and sign a bunch of wide receivers that you don't know if they'll play well with the quarterback or not yet?
No, that's stupid. You got to know the quarterback can even throw to them.
Thank you.
What the fuck is the point in that?
I rest my case.
Quarterback's got to get answered first.
Yeah.
You gotta at least know who, because who is the quarterback?
Well, right now they presume start. Here's how I see this playing out. Jacoby Brissett is going to start anywhere from 6 games to the whole first year of whatever quarterback they're getting. They're not going to play him right away.
And that's
So,
useless to anybody that's a top receiver.
Yeah. And we're looking at 2 very different quarterbacks that they could possibly get, either Jaden Daniels or Drake May, with completely different play styles. So why would you try to build this whole thing out before you even know? So I think they did good. They re-signed their good players on defense, offensive line.
This is gonna be the first year without Bill Belichick.
No, there's still a Coach Belichick on the Patriots.
Yeah, but Bill Belichick.
Don't ruin my fun. But overall, I'm not mad. Also not excited. They got to draft better.
You guys will still finish above the Jets, though, so that's good.
Yeah. Look, this whole year is just getting a quarterback, and I will be so monkey. I will be so fucking angry if this kid is starting week 1. I will be so fucking pissed. Don't do it. Don't do it. Please, God, don't do it.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Just let the Bills and Dolphins fight it. Be patient.
Yes. All right. Moving on to what the fuck did these guys do in the New Orleans Saints? No idea what the fuck these guys got going on. They released Marcus May. They extended Tyrann Mathieu, which good for him. They signed a fullback. They signed Willie Gay from the Chiefs. Yeah, this is terrible. They released Michael Thomas. They signed Cedric Wilson. And they also signed Stanley Morgan. Not that Stanley Morgan. Apparently there's another Stanley Morgan that pays wide receiver. And they also signed a quarterback, everyone. Nathan Peterman. This team's fucked.
Oh, God.
So they have Derek Carr still. I don't know. This is like the funniest shit about this, right? So
They did
every single
get Willie Gay, and that's a good fucking pickup.
yeah, good for them. He's gonna know what real misery feels like now. I love how everyone always uses the example of, like, you know, when there's like salary cap arguments about if it's real or not. People say, well, oh, look at the Saints. They always find a way to make it work. How is that working for them? Have they been good ever?
They've been just good enough to not be.
Yeah. So, and that's why whenever teams get off a bunch of bad contracts and suck for a year, I'm like, good for you. You're smart.
I really want to know what they're paying Cedric Wilson.
Me too. They said it's a 2-year deal. I don't know. I could probably see him getting $6 million a year, $7 million a year.
Oh, look at this bucket. Fuck, wow. Yeah, there's another team here that got decimated. And all the moves ain't in here either. The huge one isn't in here. Is it because they let him walk?
It's because they didn't. Yeah, it's because he was a free agent, so he wasn't released or traded. So he'll pop up on the other team. But you're referring to the Giants, which are having an off season. That's a way to describe what the Giants are doing. So let's get through what even matters
They're
here.
having an off season. That's a double entendre. Love it.
So they did a bunch of stuff here. None of it seems to really matter. They have signed Isaiah McKenzie, Jalen Mills, Drew Lock. They traded for Brian Burns. They signed Devin Singletary. That's about it. And they let Saquon Barkley walk. And Daniel Jones is still their quarterback. I think they're just...
I don't think he will be.
No. Me either. I think they're fucked. Is what I think is happening here.
I think they're gonna move. They're not gonna move on from him. They're gonna be stuck with him. But I think they're gonna draft. And who knows? Maybe we'll see the return of Drew Lock.
We might. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. I don't know. Let's get to an interesting offseason in the New York Jets. The quarterback maybe.
Let's go.
The quarterback might be running for vice president for some reason. PFF doesn't have that listed, but I figured I'd throw that in. They released CJ Uzomah. That sucks for them. That really sucks for them. They re-signed their kicker. They signed Javon Kinlaw, which I really like him. They signed a guard in John Simpson, who's like a decent guard. They got an actual backup quarterback. They did that. They got Tyrod Taylor. So they have a real backup now. And they also signed Tyron Smith to a 1-year deal, which that's like the biggest thing for me. Is so they signed someone who, this is like in his prime, was a Pro Bowl left tackle. Last year, I think he played the most games he's played in a while. Last year, he played like 12 games. But the previous 2-3 years, he has not been playing like at all, either out the whole year or he played like 2 or 3 games. So the Jets are just kind of continuing to, and it looks like they're getting off of Mekhi Becton too, which I get. He's been kind of disappointing as far as his injuries, but he's still really young. So they're getting older and more expensive at offensive line and more injury prone, which I don't understand what they're doing to a quarterback who's coming off a torn Achilles.
Whoa.
He's all good now. He's all good now.
No, he might not even be there, noises. Bro. He might not even be there, bro.
Might be running for president, vice president. Really, president. It's the fastest way. Kennedy?
First off, how fucking hilarious would that be if after all of everything that has happened in the last 2 years with the Jets, Aaron Rodgers decides, yeah, but I want to run for vice president.
So they pay him for 2 years. The Jets fans go crazy that first offseason. They're all super hyped up, and 4 plays in, their season ends, and they get to be Zach Wilson for a whole year. But then that misery ends, and they're like, okay, here we go. Aaron Rodgers is coming back. It's gonna be everything's okay. That was a mistake last year for Jackson. Aaron Rodgers gonna take the division, gonna take us to the playoffs. Now he goes to, you know what? I might be vice president. I might not even be here. You guys got 4 plays out of me. Good job.
Amazing.
That would be the most Jets thing to happen.
That would be deliciously New York Jets. It couldn't happen to a better franchise. Fuck them. Sorry. I feel like that's important to say.
Their defense is not going to be as good because they also lost Bryce Huff, one of the best pass rushers. That sucks.
Yeah. Lacking Tomlinson sucks. To lose him sucks. Malik Hall. Oof. Dude, I don't know, man. Everybody's like, oh, respect the Jets. They'll be back. I don't know. I
Look,
think it'll...
until the Jets give me a reason to respect them, which is going to be very hard, I'm not going to respect them. Why would I?
Nah, there's no reason. This team really transformed, dude.
Dude, I think runner-up here for the best free agent off-season. And they did it in a sneaky way. They didn't do it in the big, like, splash signing bullshit way. Philadelphia Eagles. Well, let's stress their center, Jason Kelsey, has retired. Their defensive tackle, Fletcher Cox, has retired. Two legends. Congrats. Great careers. Goodbye.
Good job, guys. Good job. Hey, Jason Kelsey needs a fucking show doing tailgates. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Run it.
So they did a couple other things. They got off some bad deals. They released cornerback Avonte Maddox. They also released Kevin Byard, which they need to move off of. Kevin Byard wasn't playing good, man. It is what it is, and there's a lot of good safeties out there right now. Yeah, go Birds. They're doing good. So let's get into who they brought in. So they brought in, we were just talking about him from the Jets, Bryce Huff. 3 years, $50 million for Bryce. Good for him. And they really made sure Saquon was going to be an Eagle. 3 years, $38 million for a running back. It is a huge gamble on a really good player that's been very injured. Hopefully it pays off for them. This could end very badly.
But Saquon Barkley gets exactly what he wanted.
Yep. He got a boatload of money. Hopefully they keep him healthy.
On a short-term contract, 2-3 years.
Yep. But that's like a long-term deal for a running back.
I'm gonna start some dinner, so I'll see y'all around. And then
All right, man.
We'll be
Peace
around.
out, guys.
Later.
Peace. Some other things that they did. Let's see. They signed safety C.J. Gardner-Johnson, so they definitely upgraded after getting rid of Byard. They also signed linebacker Devin White from the Bucks, and for some fucking reason, they traded for Kenny Pickett. Makes no sense. This makes less sense than the Mac Jones trade.
Yeah, that was a little head scratcher for me. I didn't understand that.
It's like usually when you get a backup quarterback, it's like they kind of play like your quarterback. This guy doesn't at all. He's the complete opposite.
Not even the same skill set, dude. That's a weird backup. That's a weird backup, bro. Such an unnecessary move. Like, they did not need Kenny Pickett.
No. Oh, and they also, for some reason, signed Devontae Parker.
The worst receiver in the league.
Yeah, they gave him one. This is, I love this for my team because they signed him to 1 year, $4.69 million, which basically means that the dead cap money they were going to have for him next year, they get credit for. So thanks, Philly. Appreciate it.
Fucking idiots. Oh, that's not a lot of money.
No, I mean, he's like a good insurance policy, I guess, if everything goes horribly wrong and like all your receivers are hurt or something. No.
Parker is not the same guy, bro.
No. But moving on, we're going to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. They had an interesting offseason here.
Oh my God.
So they released a few people. They released Mitch Trubisky, Presley Harvin. They released Chuck Okorafor, which we talked about earlier, Chuck. Released Mason Cole. They released Keanu Neal. They released Pat P. They also released Allen Robinson.
Wow,
Hurts,
bro.
but those are a bunch of older players on expiring deals, or that were expiring next year. They signed a punter. They signed the punter that looks like Bill Burr. If you guys are wondering who Cameron Johnson is, it's the one that looks like Bill Burr.
Yes.
They also, great signing. This is such a Steeler, man. Linebacker Patrick Queen, which they somehow got from Baltimore.
Don't know
That
how they
fucking
did that.
stings. Well, 3 years, $41 million will probably do it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure.
They traded for Dante Jackson, which is a pretty good corner. They re-signed their safety, Miles Killebrew. They also signed a safety, Deshaun Elliott. They re-signed their defensive tackle, Montravius Adams, and they also signed Van Jefferson. Now, getting into the actual part we want to talk about here is they signed about 2 weeks ago, or a week ago, whatever. They signed Russell Wilson to a $1.4 million minimum contract. They then trade a 6th-round pick to Chicago to get Justin Fields. Now, I'm not sure if you've heard this yet, but coming out of the Steelers is their plan, which they're basically saying that Russell Wilson's going to be their starter and Justin Fields is going to back him up. The
I
Pittsburgh
was about to say
Steelers.
earlier, like, it's crazy how many quarterbacks were starters last year, and now they find themselves very quickly in a backup situation.
What it's saying is the 2021 quarterback draft class was one of the most overhyped dog shit classes of all time. Let's run through it. We had Trevor Lawrence, to be determined, Trey Lance, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, and Mac Jones.
Yeah, that's a fucking that's a real fucking list of names right there, bro.
Yeah, it's a list of names. That's one way you could describe it. But I don't
Just the names.
understand what they're doing. I think the Steelers are building the best 9-8 team of all time. Like, what do you like? I get saying that, but I really hope they at least consider starting Justin Fields. Like, I get it if Russell's better in camp, but
The Steelers said, "Fuck it, quarterback controversy."
basically,
Right now.
well, it's not the worst thing to have because they're two guys that you didn't draft and you don't really care about. So why not?
What I don't get with the whole thing with Justin Fields was then what the fuck was the point in Russell Wilson? And then it occurred to me, well, someone said in the chat, well, they got Russell Wilson for like $1 million. I was like, oh, okay. That makes sense.
They're building probably one of the most frustrating teams of all time. So let's run through this. Their offense. Their defense is good, right? It's Pittsburgh. That's what they do. Their offense has a decent offensive line. I'm not going to go through the names. I don't remember all of them, but they're decent. And we got Najee Harris. We got George Pickens. And some other cast of characters like Josh Reynolds.
Najee Harris is so fucking annoying. I hate him.
And we're either going to have a quarterback of Justin Fields or Russell Wilson. Now, here's where things get interesting. Do you guys remember who their new offensive coordinator is? It's Arthur Smith from the Falcons.
Oh! I'm
I am-
definitely not drafting Najee this year.
I'm not drafting anyone from this team this year.
Forget that.
This is going to be one of the most frustrating teams to watch this year.
Oh my god. No way. Can't do it.
Imagine, like, being so happy. Like, you finally get rid of Matt Canada. They're like, yes, he's gone. And then they bring in this fucking guy. Jeez. Poor bastards.
Terrible. This dude, I'm terrible. I don't know what the fucking Steelers are doing, man. I don't okay. Ah, man, the Patrick Peterson and Keanu Neal thing hurts. Because now you can super pass on the Steelers, bro. Do they have any, like... I don't think that they're always sitting in the middle of the pack, so they don't have any good fucking draft picks. This is crazy.
Like I said, it's the best 9-8 team of all time.
Yeah. It's like watching the Dolphins.
Pretty much.
For the whole 20 years of existence. Their whole 20-year playoff drought. Wow, this team didn't do much either.
Yeah, but did they need to? San Francisco 49ers, they released a cornerback, Isaiah Oliver. They re-signed a backup tackle. They re-signed their backup quarterback. They signed Leonard Floyd, which that is very underrated to have Bosa and Leonard Floyd together. Those are two very good players. They also signed a backup edge rusher, Gross Matos, whatever the fuck. He's not going to play a lot, but good depth. They re-signed their safety, Odom. They signed Jordan Elliott, which he'll play well there. He's replacing Eric Armstead. They released him. He is gonna get overpaid. They also re-signed their guard Feliciano. They re-signed Kevin Givens and a backup linebacker and a backup cornerback, Chase Lucas. This team kind of stand pat, and you can't blame them. They didn't have a lot of money, but they didn't lose a lot of people. They got better on the edge rusher position. I think Leonard Floyd will play better than Chase Young there. So good for them. I think San Francisco will be back to disappoint everyone in the NFC Championship once again. They will get all the way there and lose again.
Is Chase Young still on this team?
He is a free agent, yet to sign.
That's interesting.
So moving on to Seattle. They released quite a few people. They released tight end Will Dissly, Quandre Diggs. Ooh, someone's going to get lucky there getting him. They also released Jamal Adams, so they released both their safeties. They also...
Interesting strategy.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out for them. They released their fullback as well. Rest in peace to the fullback position. They re-signed Noah Fant, which was their biggest probably signing out of everyone. They re-signed Leonard Williams. They signed a center, Nick Harris. They re-signed Artie Burns. They traded for Sam Howell, which I think he has a really good chance of beating out Geno Smith. I think. He's younger. They play about the same. I think Howell's a little better at this point.
Even if you don't, that's a really good backup for
Geno
Smith.
Yeah, and they only gave up I think it was like a 4th round pick for him. So
they're basically the same fucking quarterback. Just Geno's got legs.
So the Seattle Seahawks said, "We'll do the same shit." Basically. Now.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
They didn't disprove or improve. They just kind of coasted. They kind of the only thing that I'm concerned about is they dropped both of their safeties. Like if I would have just dropped Jamal, Quandre Diggs is still pretty good.
Yeah, I don't get that. Someone's gonna get real lucky.
Anyway, moving on.
So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, knowing that Kirk Cousins was coming into the division, decided to go on an arms race, try to keep up with the powerhouse Atlanta Falcons. So they released Shaq Barrett. They've also they re-signed Mike Evans to 2 years, $40 million. and they also re-signed Baker to 3 years, $100 million. They re-signed their running back Chase Edmonds, Levante David, and they brought in some good players here, man. They brought in Jordan Whitehead. They brought in Bryce Hall. They brought in a backup, John Wolford. They also franchise tagged their safety, Antoine Winfield Jr. Speaking of doing the same shit over again, that's what Tampa Bay's doing. They basically said, let's do this same shit over again with a couple new people that are backups besides Jordan Whitehead.
But that's kind of good for them.
It is, until you look at the Falcons and go, oh shit.
Yeah. That's good for the Falcons too.
Yeah, it is. Well, the Bucks are back to what we know the Bucks cycle of life is. They have a random year where they win the Super Bowl, and now they have to suck for the next 10 years. That's what they do. So we'll see Tampa be good in about 8 more years, according to the timeline.
I can't wait for it. I wonder what they'll do this time. Last time they stole a coach from the team that they beat. And then the time after that, they took the GOAT.
I'm trying to think, what was maybe 8 years from now. Oh, that's a good one. 8 years from now, they signed Josh Allen. And Josh Allen wins the Super Bowl. Okay. That'll definitely happen. Book it.
Finally, after years of coming just close in Buffalo, they decided to let Josh Allen have his Super Bowl by giving him to a Tampa Bay Buccaneers super team that has a special ed quarterback. That's too close to Tom Brady's story, but hey, we'll roll with it.
Now let's talk about a team in Tennessee, the Mayo Merchants, the Tennessee Titans.
The Mayo Merchants. I like that. That's a good fucking name for them.
It is. It looks like that's where they're staying. Will Levis is their guy, which I don't hate. I think he's all right. I don't think he's great, but you know, he's a quarterback that's okay.
You don't need to be with Tennessee.
No, you really don't, because they did some good things, man. They re-signed their long snapper. I don't know why that's at the top of the list, but it is. Tony Pollard, that's awesome. Love that.
They let Derrick Henry walk.
I'm fine with it. Derrick Henry, it was just about time. They need to get younger. They signed a center, Lloyd Cushenberry. They also signed that cornerback, Chidobe Awuzie, who was a really good corner.
That Cushenberry signing is really good too.
Yeah.
He's a good center.
They got a great linebacker in Kenneth Murray Jr. They signed a guard, Sadiq Charles. They signed Mason Rudolph to back up Mayo Man. Their big splash was Calvin Ridley, 4 years, $92 million.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And that was kind of they released an older tackle and Andre Dillard and re-signed their kicker and re-signed Nick Westbrook-Akine. But I really want to talk about the Calvin Ridley contract. That was a confusing one to me because up to last week, what we knew about Calvin Ridley and him potentially signing anywhere was it was between him staying in Jacksonville for about $18 million a year. It was told that New England had an offer for him for $20 million a year. And then out of nowhere, the Tennessee Titans give this dude like $100 million.
Why?
And I don't know. I don't get it. Because like I'd say, 18 to 20 million, that's like a good deal for Calvin Ridley. And people haven't seen him play a lot. That's because, well, he got suspended. But people still think that he's young, and he's not. He's 30. So they gave a 30-year-old receiver who's not like one of the best receivers of all time $100 million.
That's just wild to me, bro.
It is. I mean, and I'm not saying he's a bad player. Like, he's really good. But they're going to regret this.
Where does that rank on wide receiver contracts?
Oh, that's like a top 3 deal.
Wow.
He got very lucky this year because all the really good receivers in this class all got franchise tagged and brought back. So he was the best receiver available in free agency this year. So he got very lucky with that, and congratulations. I mean, fuck. And then this goes back to my comment of me hating my fellow New England Patriot fans of they're all being mad about this. I'm like, why? I'm like, dude, I don't want to give that guy $100 million. Why would we do that?
He's gonna gamble it all away.
I mean, even if he doesn't, he's gonna be 34, and you're gonna be paying him fucking $30 million.
Wrong time to bet on Ridley.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I mean, good for him. Good for him. Bad for Tennessee. I don't get it. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
That's just such a wild number.
It is. But it's low-key kind of fire, though, because you have, like, Tony Pollard, and then you'll have Calvin Ridley and DeAndre Hopkins, which that's kind of cool. That might be fun. Might be horrible. We'll see.
That's literally the story of their whole wide receiver corps.
All right,
Could be
last
awesome, could be horrible. All right, let's
last
go.
but not least, let's get into the commies. They had a weird offseason. They had a bunch of money, and they did very interesting things with it. Normally when teams have like, $80 million in cap space, they go after like prime players in their prime. The Washington Commanders have decided to build the best team in 2010. They signed Zach Ertz. They signed
Great pickup in 2012.
Yep. Yeah, great pickup in 2012. Also a great pickup in 2012 was Tyler Biadasz, Frankie Louvu, Austin Eckler, Cleveland Farrell. For some reason, they have signed Marcus Mariota, which which I guess is like, we'll play you for a little bit till Jaden Daniels is ready to play. This screams we're going to draft Jaden Daniels. When you just look at the play styles, Mariota was a running quarterback. Not sure how much he does that now, but and then speaking of 2010, they signed Bobby Wagner. They also signed Jeremy Chin. So this is definitely a basketball organization.
Oh, yeah. This is actually exactly what I expected.
Yeah, same. And
They did sign Brandon McManus, though.
yeah, I'll never forget him missing like 4 field goals in a row.
Yep.
I don't know. It screams we're going to take Jaden Daniels. And like I've said before on this podcast, I couldn't be more grateful and excited that in the year my team needs a quarterback and has the 3rd pick, they're behind Washington and Chicago. 2 teams that perpetually fuck it up.
Yeah. Whoever they leave you, you can be rest assured will be better than whoever they picked.
Yes. And I think they're going to take Jaden Daniels, and I'll give you some reasons why. So their offensive coordinator is Cliff Kingsbury. So they're going to run a variation of the air raid offense. Who was Cliff usually working with in air raids? So,
Oh my god.
Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
That it requires a very fast quarterback. So they're going to take Jaden Daniels.
Yo, you fraud motherfucker! Why aren't you in the stream room?
Yeah. I like how PJ tried to tell us what time to start the show and then never showed up. So appreciate that. Thanks for not coming. But yeah, so they're going to take Jaden Daniels, and he's interesting. He was not good for 3 years, and then was very good his last year and won the Heisman. Because I'm Roman Reigns. Someone have a wellness check on PJ. He's having an identity crisis. I decide we're about to end the show.
That's it. It's over.
Jesus Christ!
Like I arrived like 1 minute before the show ends.
But yeah, I'm worried about Jaden Daniels because he's only had one really good year, and he's really skinny, like super skinny. I'm the main of no one even. Who the fuck even is this guy? I'm the main event.
That belt's gone to his head, bro.
That's fine. I did it for the love of the game when I was a champion. There was no prizes. I did it for the love of the game.
I did it for the love of the game too. I ain't get no damn belt. Brandon didn't get no belt either.
No. We did it for the love of the game.
Anyway, so sorry, Commanders. You basketball organization motherfuckers.
Embrace the process. The process has begun. Embrace the process.
This is one step before signing Taco Fall.
It is. It really is. Taco Fall was awesome. Dude, Taco Fall, when he was getting hyped, was so awesome.
Oh, boy.
I decide when I arrive.
All right, good show, everyone. Now that we've covered all the teams.
And the Chiefs are still going to win it all again.
Oh, Lord.
Here we go.
Why? Because they're the best. They didn't have to do anything during free agency.
Well, they signed like 5 people.
5 nobodies that will turn into champions.
Hollywood Brown's a nobody?
He was a first-round pick.
Crazy.
And what has he done with his career? Don't worry, Mahomes will turn him into a superstar.
Oh, God.
But like I said, I come here, you guys acknowledge me, and then I leave.
I'll acknowledge that you suck.
Not acknowledged. How about that?
Tell that to the belt that I took from all of you.
I never had it. There was no belts when I was champion. We did it for the love of the game.
Yeah, well, if you were that good, you would have won it this year. Now acknowledge me.
Oh, God.
We're just giving you the same amount of respect that you gave previous champions. That's all we're doing. We're just reciprocating.
That's fine. Nothing's going to change the fact that I'm your tribal chief.
I never signed that contract.
You don't have to. I have the belt.
Oh, my brother, bro.
You guys got to deal with me for a whole year. I hope you know this.
And then, so when you choke this year and then lose everything, that's gonna be really funny.
You guys better.
It's gonna be so
God.
great watching him give up that belt. I'm telling you.
You guys
It's gonna
better
be
pray to
great.
God I lose this season.
If I win, I will personally fly down to Florida to take that belt.
Take that belt from me.
And I'll hand it over. And I'll
That would
hand
be awesome.
it over. It's fine. Just
That
know
would be
that
a
I had it.
fucking plane ticket well spent, bro. I'm telling you.
I feel like Chris Jericho when he won the first ever undisputed title.
You imagine me putting in that time off request like, boss, I gotta fly home. Why is that? I got a belt I gotta pick up. I'll be back in 2 days.
Wear it with fucking pride. Because your tribal chief was the first to have it.
You come back into fantasy football championship from a fucking league.
But like
No, what I'm gonna do with it is I'm gonna put a spinner on it.
I fucking hate you. So
Yo.
now I'm doubling down. I'm definitely not letting you. Absolutely not.
Does it have the little holes in the belt?
Yeah.
The little pendants on the side
Yeah.
for every year.
I realized you can interchange them.
Yep.
It's fire. I thought about it too.
Buy your
I was
own
thinking about
pendant.
getting custom.
Yeah, you gotta make your own
No.
pendant. If you're
You have to buy your own pendants, but if you do that, I need the plates to the ones that you take off so I don't lose them.
Obviously, yeah.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take those plates off and I'm gonna make the rated R for retarded belt.
But I have
Yes.
to play the role that I presented, so I have to show up late, and I can't show up often.
It's okay. And then I'm gonna cry all year about finishing my story.
And then I'm gonna become like Brock Lesnar and slam you for no fucking reason and take it.
You guys created this monster. I hope you know that. Oh, I have another bout that I'm going to debut tomorrow because I decided to gift myself for being the Pick'em winner as well. So you guys get to enjoy that as well.
Oh, so you're contributing a Pick'em trophy?
Yeah.
So when I beat
I'll
you
think
in
about it. I'll
Pick'ems,
consider it.
so when I beat you in Pick'ems, I could take that too?
Yo, what's up, buddy? Sorry, I can't.
We'll have double chance. Double chance.
We're talking about our story, Cody.
Talk
Talk
his
about-
story.
My story. Look, I was once.
Has a story.
I need to finish my. I was once a great champion. I decided to tank for imaginary draft picks. Now I can't give this belt. I can't give this belt to my dad, but I can give it to my mom.
Oh, fuck me. God damn it. You fucking crap! You fucking kidding me? God damn it. I love that the WWE is back into the Attitude Era, bro. Alright, so with that being that, let's get to, hold up.
Monkey, I'll be real honest with you. I have zero desire to sit here for the next 2 hours.
I second that. I second that. I'm sorry, but I second it.
I'm so glad that you guys said that because it is 9 and I don't want
Because it's
to
already
do
been
this
2.5.
I literally don't want to do the Harbaugh Bowl.
We can do the Harbaugh Bowl next Sunday, is what we can do.
I'm so
Wait,
about
you guys didn't even go over the game?
No, we were doing
No.
free agency.
No, bro. Free agency has
We
been a
literally
wild
did.
ride, bro.
We did the whole fucking free agency. It took us 2 hours.
So what team, in your opinion, did the best in free agency?
The Falcons and the Eagles.
The
The
Falcons.
Chiefs did the worst.
No, not even close. I'm sorry.
The Cowboys.
Nah, I
did
wanted
the
to see.
worst.
I wanted to see what he would say.
The Panthers did the worst.
Nah, the
No.
Cowboys.
No, the Cowboys and the Chargers.
I mean, I understand just standing there, but like trading away Brian Burns, you got so much more at the start of the season rather than
Yeah.
that was a big fail. That's
There was a few teams that did really bad.
I think the Steelers could low key be an A there. It depends on the
Nah,
production of
The
Russell
Steelers
Wilson.
I have ranked real.
They got 9-8 written on them.
Yeah,
PJ, you're forgetting who their offensive coordinator now is.
Which I get, but still, it's still Mike Tomlin, and it's still the Steelers, which they had a great defense. And I don't care who they brought in, it's still better than Kenny Pickett.
Yes.
No, Russell Wilson is debatable.
It's better than Kenny Pickett. Russell Wilson actually had a good year last year. A lot of people seem to forget that.
They're building the greatest 9-8 team you'll ever see in your life.
I wouldn't be surprised if they take that division. I'm not
Hell no.
I'm not
No
saying
way.
it's a positive.
Hell no.
I'm not saying it's going to happen. But if it does happen, I'd be one of the people who be like, I understand why it happened.
No way.
To be fair, Justin Fields was on a team that did not want to get him any protection or weapons.
Justin Fields ain't playing this year.
It really depends on how shitty Westbrook or Westbrook.
Same, no difference. No difference at all.
Zero difference.
I think Justin Fields is raw, undiscovered talent, if that makes sense.
It could be. We'll see. They might have broken. They might have broken him completely. I don't know.
And the fact that they are only paying $4 million to their quarterback room right now is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's the part that's funny. That their whole quarterback room is $4 million.
Because we go through this every year, where a team looks great on paper, or a team doesn't look great on paper.
I fucking wish our quarterback room was $4 million.
So we'll see.
I'm high on the Falcons, bro.
It depends on how Kirk Cousins appears after his injury.
I'm so high on that. Kirk Cousins wasn't a mobile quarterback before his injury, so it don't matter.
Yeah, but an Achilles injury can change a man just like that. The good thing for him, though, is that it's his first and only injury he's ever had in his career.
That's awesome. Kirk Cousins in Atlanta is the greatest thing ever. The whitest man in the entire league is now an Atlanta Falcon.
I could see the Eagles doing all this pickup and still being shitty.
Yes, I could see them. I could see Saquon Barkley exploding in like 2 weeks.
Oh my God, wouldn't that be awesome for the Giants? If Saquon Barkley his knee explodes in week 2 of the season, the roar that comes out of New York is going to scare people.
I feel like that's almost bound to happen, honestly.
And I, as much as people are hyped on the Ravens picking up Derrick Henry, I'm not hyped about that. I don't see him having a better year than his past couple of years. I don't see him.
I'm super hype on Derrick Henry for Baltimore.
I'm not.
I don't think it's about it's about having him have a better year that he's had in previous years. I think it's the threat.
I think Gus
just
Edwards
having him
better.
there on the line and having him as a threat.
I think Gus Edwards was better.
Nah.
Yes. Yeah, he did. He had a better year.
Yeah, but that again, in this offense, I don't think he's going to be better.
We'll see, because I paid attention to the fantasy trends, and Derrick Henry's numbers have been on the decline.
In Tennessee, where he was getting ran to death, he ain't going to
that
get
O
ran
line
to
was
death.
Tennessee's O line was good. That was not a bad O line.
I'm not talking about the O line. He was getting ran in Tennessee. He's not going to have that same work.
Baltimore too. It's a
no. He's not. He's got Lamar Jackson there.
Yeah,
like there's gonna be a lot more. There's gonna be a lot more options. What Derrick Henry provides is a 3-headed option play, which is wild.
Yeah, but he's also older. You know, running backs age, especially a running back like Derrick Henry. They don't age well.
No.
That's my concern there.
Hey, PJ, I'm curious because you probably know more about this player than we do. What do you think about the Titans giving Calvin Ridley $100 million?
Dumbest fucking thing I've seen in my life.
That's what we thought too.
Man's Asian. I want to know who that agent is. People are talking about Kirk Cousins. I'm like, Kirk Cousins is actually a decent player.
What if it's the same agent?
Right? Dude, like, I don't know how Calvin Ridley got that deal. I don't understand that deal.
I don't know what he did.
It's got to be like betting their money or something. I don't know.
And also, the one thing the Falcons did, and I give, what's that guy's name again? I've so fallen off him. The GM. Who's the GM for the Falcons?
I don't remember his name.
I think it's Terry something. I forget. But that fucking deal that they edged out is very fucking smart. I think it's
Terry Fontenot.
Terry Fournette. There it is.
Fournette.
The deal with Kirk Cousins is his first year, I think, is 25 or 45. I could be wrong. Second year is about the same. And I think the last 2 years are 10 mil. Such a smart fucking contract because a lot of the big name quarterbacks right now are averaging 55 a year, all that stuff. So they front end of the contract. They front end it, and if he doesn't perform on the back end, you can just scrap the guy, and it's not going to hit you. Really great deal for Kurt, and really great deal for the Falcons to not take the bullet on it.
Honestly, I'm excited that we're going to finally see Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson.
It all depends on if Morris is actually a good coach.
I think he's a better coach than Arthur Smith.
That I agree with.
So
The bar was pretty low there.
But the thing is the Chiefs are the Chiefs, and they're still going to go back to the fucking Super Bowl and beat whoever.
the Falcons will be there waiting for them
And they'll still lose.
to tear them down with a new nightmare.
Kirk Cousins is going to be like Nick Foles for me, buddy. That's what's waiting for you. The one random loss that makes no sense.
The Falcons are finally going to finish the story.
Not if Roman Reigns has something to say about it. Oh my god. I mean, free agency this year was fun, man. Like a lot of switch. It's crazy how fast teams move, man. Switch players, fit schemes. It's insane. I think it's funny when I see like a shitty team like add a good player. I'm like, ha! Do you think that's gonna solve your problems?
Yeah, that's like, I'm so glad whenever my team isn't involved in the winning the off-season conversation, I'm happy. I'm like, I don't want to be winning the fucking off-season, man. Fuck that. Winning the off-season is a death sentence.
Like, I keep seeing NFL.com put out these lineups for teams, and I'm like, dude, how are you saying this is a super team right now? Like, they had one for the Giants where it was Daniel Jones, and they're like, yeah, this offense could be really good. I'm like, no offense with Daniel Jones is going to be good. What the fuck are you talking about?
Daniel Jones might not even be the fucking quarterback there.
That's what I'm saying. They're putting these like mystery lineups out, and the Bears one is the Bears have me so fucking. It's so funny, dude. Like, they're like, yeah, Caleb Williams is gonna fit well. We don't even know if they're gonna get Caleb. I understand they traded Justin Fields, but they could do some dumb, crazy shit and just be like, hey, we're gonna draft this guy over Caleb Williams.
I don't know how dumb that is.
I think a lot of teams don't want to deal with the headache of Caleb Williams' mouth. That guy's very, very talkative already, and
he doesn't have
number 2 projected pick. Who's the number 2 projected guy?
Well, it's tied. It's either Jaden Daniels or Drake May. They're kind of like 2A, 2B.
I like
You
Drake
ready?
May. I
You
think
ready
he
for
has
my?
the most? I like that.
Go ahead.
That's a safe pick. He's proven. He doesn't talk. He'll fit into a lot of different systems. I think that could be the guy that could go number 1 overall.
Future New England Patriot, Drake May. Because here's what's going to happen. I'll break it down for you, PJ. The Bears are going to take Caleb Williams because the city of Chicago will riot if they don't. And then Washington's number 2, right? And who's their offensive coordinator? Cliff Kingsbury. He loves fast quarterbacks. They'll take Jaden Daniels. New England gets Drake May at 3.
Which I think will be an absolute steal for New England.
Yep. That's why I've been saying this whole offseason. I'm so glad to be behind these 2 dumbass franchise. Thank you.
God, it's crazy that we agree on something because I've been watching these picks and he looks so promising compared to the other two.
Well, and what he's done is he's been really good with a shit O-line and no wide receivers. And the wide receivers aren't getting open.
Williams the same way. I just don't like his attitude.
He fumbles a lot.
You know what I feel like Caleb Williams is, and this is going to be my Mel Kiper soundbite. Caleb Williams, he's Ryan Leaf. That is a Ryan Leaf we're looking at.
And here's why he's so like looked after, right? Is because he has all these crazy plays where like he runs around for 8 seconds and then makes something happen. Name me how many times that happens in a fucking NFL game. Once? Twice?
They argue, and you're right, I agree with you. But there also have been some plays where like I literally see him dumb down the offense so his receivers and tight ends can catch up to him. He knows where he has to put the ball. He just has to wait for his guys to get there. So the assumption is that Caleb Williams is a smart football player, which I'll agree with. Like he makes some he makes some great throws. But the thing is like we have to see it at an NFL level.
What's going to kill him is the fumbles, bro. I think he had fucking 16, 17 of them.
I agree. I think the fumbles are going to
You don't hold on to the ball. I think Jaden Daniels will be really Jaden Daniels is like, he really reminds me of Justin Fields. Electric runner. He can throw the deep ball really good. Everything else, not so good.
The accuracy is the thing that concerns me.
And he only had one good year. Like, you know this in the SEC. Yep. Like, he had
one good year.
One good year. That scares me. And then with Drake, his last year was down a little bit, but they had a new coach and half the team fucking left. And then you look back at like the previous 2 years and he's balling.
It's going to be an interesting draft because this market is really going to shake up. Like I think there's depth all the way down to JJ McCarthy, to be honest.
I get the hate for him, but I also kind of like him.
I kind of like him too. And there's the potential of Bo. I don't know. Did Bo Nix decide if he was going to stay another year or?
He's draft eligible. So the classes, those three: JJ, Bo Nix, Michael Penix, Spencer Rattler.
Bo Nix is no longer. I think he aged out. Like he had as many years as he could, and now he's forced to. He's pretty much forced to go.
It's redemption for the 2022 draft because if you look at all those guys that were drafted, they're pretty much backups or out of the league right now.
What's going to be awesome is when Denver gets desperate and takes Bo Nix, and he's the next Mac Jones.
Or he could be good. I really think this class in itself is way better than that 2022.
Oh yeah, easily.
I don't think Bo Nix is going to be crazy.
He's not going to be
like
crazy,
a good.
But
I think he'll be like a good
solid starter.
Like you. I don't think starter. I think like you've seen. What's one of those quarterbacks that have like from recent drafts that floated around as a
Joe Flacco,
a backup? Like no,
Gardner Minshew,
Ryan
or like Trevor Siemian got a couple contracts from a couple different teams, right?
Yeah.
I'd be like, I would think he's probably gonna be like a Trevor Siemian. He's gonna be like a decent backup. And he'll float around to a couple different teams. I don't think he's going to be like crazy good.
We also have some skill position players that are going to be great. Like Marvin Harrison Jr. looks fucking whoever drafts that guy, I think he's going to be the next Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase. That guy looks fucking stupid on film.
He's so ready.
He's ready. Like that's a player that you put on any team, he's going to be ready to go. There's also.
Then you think that obviously goes after the quarter. So, what team is going to take him first?
Arizona. Arizona's 4.
And then there's the edge rusher. What's that guy from Alabama? I forget his name. The Walker kid. That kid's fucking stellar on the edge.
Yeah, Walker. There's Jared Verse too. Jared Verse is really fucking good.
Like this draft is loaded.
Brock Bowers too. Someone's going to get a really good tight end.
Yep. This draft is fucking loaded with talent, so I'm actually very excited.
Is it that Kool-Aid guy in this draft?
Yep,
Kool-Aid
he is.
Awesome.
He's gonna get picked before Miami is on the board. I'm sorry, Monkey. I know you're looking at that right now.
Damn it!
And the funny thing is, a lot of teams don't have first-round picks this year.
Monkey, don't worry. I know what's going to happen for you in the draft because they probably really want either an offensive lineman or a corner. There's a center that they could take that's really good, or they're going to take Cooper DeJuan from Iowa. You know who Cooper DeJuan is?
The rebirth. The rebirth. They finally did it. They finally successfully have breeded in the San Diego Zoo using DNA from fucking God, what was that guy's name? Jason Sehorn and a paperclip, and they made finally for the first time in years a white cornerback.
And then they're going to play him at safety.
Because Miami's like, you know what, nah, bro. This white corner thing, nah, come on, dude. That was cute in college, but...
Hey, speaking of the draft, too, and I know PJ will appreciate this, being an FSU guy, is it just me, or is Keon Coleman N'Keal Harry 2.0? I fucking hate... whoever takes him is going to be so mad, dude. He's slow as shit.
Yeah.
And it's fucking N'Keal Harry all over again. And I can't wait to see what team does that. Because he's going to go in the first round.
Well, I made my Roman Reigns appearance, children. Acknowledge me. I'm out. Hold this bell for me, pussies.
I think I'm out myself as well, gentlemen.
Is this the end of the show?
Is this the end?
This is the end of the show.
It's been
All right,
great.
so Harbaugh Bowl next week.
Yeah, I can't do another 2 hours.
No, dude, I'm so glad we made that decision because I'm fucking...
And I'm hungry, bro.
I
It's dinner
worked on
time.
that game all fucking
Exactly.
day, and I'm so sick of fucking watching John and Jim Harbaugh's face. I need a break from both of them for like a day, at least. So we'll come back to them. Yeah, we'll do the Harbaugh Bowl next Sunday, and that's cool because I have all the notes already written for it.
Yeah,
so I won't
exactly.
have to work as hard. All right, so then that's it. Well, good show. We spent 3 hours covering the musical chairs. This was just about as long as I thought we would spend on musical chairs.
Yeah, Sam.
Well, all right. Take care, guys.
All right, guys. Tuesday it is.
Tuesday.
Peace.